Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for letting us be here. I pray that everything goes well today. In Jesus' name, amen. Oh, yeah. All right, cool. So now we're recording on the YouTube channel. And so for all the hundreds of people who will watch this later, welcome to you as well. So I can see that, yes, you guys are able to see my chart. So here's the deal. I'm about to close this trade, which will be closing out on my prop firm accounts. I didn't send this out to you guys because you guys already have a bunch of running trades, and once those move, those markets are choppy right now. Everything is like in a standstill. And so you got like 5 or 6 trades already open. So I didn't send this one out, but nevertheless, this is one I've been holding since last week, by the way. So it's not a new trade. But this is one where you can see where the market has created a bottom, and I'm on a 4-hour time frame. This is the Swiss JPY. It created a bottom, and we can see it better on the 1-hour time frame. So you can see where the arrow came in on the 1 hour. And then right here, which is where my entry is, which I had a much bigger, I just kept reducing the lot size. Because here's the cool part: if you are using Traders Connect to connect your accounts, your prop firm accounts, like your trader trade locker or whatever, I had discovered a nice little secret, which is a good feature. When I reduce my lot size, even on the account that I'm trading on, it will automatically reduce it on the copier, on Traders Connect copier. Okay, so that's why I reduced this to barely nothing. There was 4 lots on this, and I reduced it all the way down, reduced it to just a quarter, just so I can show you guys it's straight and you can see it's dropping. But here's the point: you can see right here, I was up 121 pips, and so how did I get this trade? Really simple. Just like I've been telling you guys, the easiest thing to do to avoid knowing, hey, how do I know if this is the top or the bottom? Because one of the things that's killing retail traders, we're trying to catch the tops and bottoms, which is okay. Sometimes you're going to catch them, especially if you're using the 415 strategy during midweek. You're going to find some of those trade setups. However, another way of going about it, which I have been teaching for many, many years, is to do what I call the Stairmaster. The Stairmaster on the 4-hour, especially if you have a sexy analyst, it's very easy. When it's heading downstairs, here's the top. How do I know? Okay, we have the top here with the arrow. But if you're not sure, it comes down and pops up. Boom, that's your entry. Okay, it dropped down. When it hits support, get out. Then it pops back up and created another lower high. It's all about the lower highs and the higher lows, okay? And I'm gonna explain that in detail for those who may be brand new, but that is your secret, just in case you say, okay, what if I'm having a hard time catching tops and bottoms? Don't worry about it. Just wait till it reaches the next step, okay? So watch this. I'm gonna close this straight out, and it's gonna be closed on my prop firm account as well. So I'm going to just go here, right click, and bing. Okay. So I just hovered over my entry, right clicked on it, and said to close it. And now that trade is done. This is in the downtrend. So if anything, I will be looking for what at this point? Why is it dropping? What is it? What should we be looking for at this point? Okay, y'all making me nervous. I ain't hearing communication. Thank you, William. Good, good, good. Yeah. So at least William sees it. Yeah. This was a pullback, as you can see, pullback. And this is how you know, even if you're playing pullbacks, when do you get out? At the resistance dot. Why? Because on the 4-hour time frame, what is this? This is in a what trend? Up or down trend? What kind of trend is this on the 4-hour? There y'all go. There you go. Welcome to the class. All right. Praise God. Hey, how are you? All right. Yes, it's clearly in the downtrend. So that's why when it hit this resistance dot, that's when you're getting out. That's your exit. Get out. See, you could have got out here, but see, I got it on this pullback, came here, took it, and now it's selling off. You can even see it on the 1-hour. It's in the downtrend. So yeah, that's why I had to take my money. And like I said, I just was holding that trade for you guys during just for class. So you can even play pullbacks the same way. If you know it dropped all the way down to a strong support level, okay, wait, bing, as soon as it get in, I took it 100 or 120 pips. And then after that, I'm going to get out. Why? Because I'm not going to hold this trade because I'm clearly in the downtrend. So basically what I'm waiting for now is either you can get in now, okay, because it's already heading in. Oh, you would have already been up too. Ooh, juicy, juicy. You would have been up 46 pips already. See that? This is why you need the sexy analyst. Even without the arrow, you would have been, all you're doing is playing these support and resistance dots. Now, if you want to wait for the arrow as an additional confirmation, you can do that. But look what happened. It's simple. This is simple. It is too simple. Okay. It is really just too simple. Okay. It's just that simple. How can you not see this? Every time it hits these resistance, it is in a downtrend. So again, when you set up your sexy analyst, okay, go to our website, superezforex.com, and you'll see the link there if you want to get it. It's dirt cheap, and you're helping me to support a lot of nonprofits that we're doing. Towers for Tunnels, and there's more nonprofits we're supporting that I didn't mention, but Towers for Tunnels, you can see the commercials on TV. This is for military people who've been injured and and they are now disabled and they're struggling with their mortgages. So Towers for Tunnels comes in and they actually repair the homes and they pay off their mortgages. Okay, so that the retired military people who got they missing limbs and this and that, they don't have to worry about how am I going to make ends meet and keep a roof over my family's house. Towers for Tunnels will come in and actually repair their homes, do upgrades and stuff like that, and they pay off their mortgages. Okay. So that's just one of several others that we have been supporting through the Sexy Analyst program. So I should change the name of that, by the way. I don't know what I was thinking. But anyway, the Sexy Analyst, for those who don't know, is pre-built in with all your supply and demand zones, which you see these boxes here. And I designed it to be hollow because they do have some out there, but they will, if you use them, they're going to cover up and shade up, and they really really cluster up your chart. So I made ours hollow. But it comes with your supply and demand zones. It comes with your support and resistance levels. It comes with your trend lines. For those who's more advanced, it comes with your inner and outer trend lines. Some of you guys never even heard of that, but there is a way of doing charting where it's called inner and outer trend lines, and you were looking for counter trends and matching trends and this and that. That's already pre-built in for those who are looking for that, because I actually paid $500 to a person, kind of like a professor in the markets, and I paid $500 just to learn how to do trend lines. Okay, and out of that, I said, this is a lot of work, and that's part of the reason why I designed the Sexy Analyst, not just for you guys, but it was really for me, because after I got done with that, I'm like, man, that's a whole lot of marking up, trying to do the trend lines this way and that way, and intersecting them and this and that. I said, hold on, let me just build it. And I don't have to do anything but click, 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 and everything is there. And let me show you what I mean. And I'm gonna move past because it really wasn't about this, but I'm just telling you guys how you're able to use this particular strategy that I told you guys about many, many years ago, and it's still working perfectly to this day, about the Stairmaster. So as you can see, I have my inner trend lines turned off, and I only have my outer trend lines on. Okay, so I'm gonna turn on my inner trend lines, and you'll see what I mean. And what's cool about these, they even tell you the pip count, how many pips to go towards, and I'm gonna turn on, set the text on the left-hand corner, and there we go. So as you can see right here, now you can see my inner trend lines and outer trend lines are merged together. They're actually the same. Let me go to a different time frame and see if we can see, yeah, they're syncing up. That's perfect. That is, now see, when I go to the 15-minute, you can see that the divergence. You can see that here it hit the inner trend line at the very top, but it also hit the outer trend line at the same time. And that is how you confirm, even without the arrow, hey, when was it time to get in? The higher time frame you go, you can see that they both are intersecting perfectly, which is another confirmation. Okay, here's the divergence, you see, but you can see this was in a short uptrend. What this is showing that the master trend, the outer trend lines, is showing that the master trend is in a downtrend, okay? But it's saying short term, this is in a pullback uptrend. So this is where this is really, really healthy when you're having the trend lines counteract each other and give you more information. Overall, it's in a downtrend. We can clearly see the slope, okay? We can go to the 4-hour and clearly see it is in the downtrend. Both of the trend lines agree. But if I want to see, okay, is this truly a pullback trend? Yes, it was. How do I know? Because I have my inner trend lines telling me the same information, and I can clearly see, okay, here's the short-term pullback. So when did Uncle P get in on the short-term pullback? Right here where the arrow came in, I didn't hop in on that arrow. I waited. It came back and hit on this support. And when it hopped on there, I hopped into the trade, collected my pips, and then as soon as it hit this intersection right here, I'm out. Okay, or I can go to the 4-hour, which is more clear. As soon as it hit to that right there, because this is a clear downtrend, as soon as it hit right here, I'm out. So you can even see it from here. You can play this both ways. Price comes down, drop, 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 get out right there on the support. Get in for a buy, boom, you already know I'm not holding this long term. As soon as them yellow dots come in, you're out. Then you sell from here. Get in for the sell, boom, get out. Then you buy, then you sell, 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 then you buy, then you sell. Who in the world cannot see that? How can you not see this? That's the question. How can you not? And this is avoiding trying to catch these tops and bottoms so that you're not trying to be the person who's trying to catch the tops and bottoms. You waiting until, okay, the top has already been established. I already understand this is a downtrend. So guess what? I know when to get out because as soon as it hits support, I'm out. Then I'll buy from here off of support. Boom, when it hits resistance, I'm selling. I'm getting out of this trade, then I'm gonna sell. Now I'm in a sell trade. It drops, hits support. Now I'm going to get out of this sell trade and I'm gonna buy. Then once I'm here, I'm going to do what? I'm going to buy it up. Once it hits support, I'm out. I'm going to now flip the switch and sell. And look at this. And you could have just constantly did the same thing. Buy, sell, buy. Now see here, I wouldn't have done anything because I don't know if this is the bottom or not. Okay. But if you're going to play the game, it really didn't matter. Look at how many winning trades you already won. Boom, 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 boom. So the one I played was just really right here. I just got in on the buy, got out on this sell. That's all I did. Nothing complicated. Now, why do we call it the Stairmaster? Remember years ago when we had the original Super Easy, the original Simplicity system? Okay. Which, by the way, people ask, no, it's deleted out of the system. I don't have it on the system anymore. All right. But here's the deal. Remember, I was telling you guys about the Stairmaster. Remember, I used to say, Mama told y'all to come downstairs and eat breakfast. Okay, Mama, we'll be right there. Where are you? Upstairs. How do you know you're coming downstairs? Look at here. Here's upstairs. Here's if we go on just strictly on this row. Okay, there's all the short-term pullbacks. I see this one, but let's just go with the row. Here we go. Here's the first step. You're at the top of the steps, yelling down to Mama, Mama, we on our way. Where do you go? First step, next step, next step. And what is this? What is this, you guys? What is this? The next step. Thank you, Liz. Keeping it simple. It's just the next step. So where do you think this step is going to lead to? Is it going to lead to up or is it going to lead to down? See, it's not complicated. It's clearly heading downstairs. That's what you're doing. You're walking right on downstairs. This is what they mean lower highs. In other words, price comes down. It creates a high point, but it's still lower than the main top step. You were yelling from upstairs. So any high point that's created lower than this, you're in a downtrend. So when they say lower highs, just consider walking downstairs. Okay. Just that simple. All right. Let's take a look at an uptrend. Let me find something. Let's see. Let me see something. Let's see somebody. Okay, this is choppy and sloppy. See, accordion. I don't mess with it. Leave it alone. All right. Here we go. Perfect. All right. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my inner liners off. So I'm going to go back to my template and click on sexy, and that's going to put it right back with the inner and outer trend line. So again, you clearly see what the inner trend lines are for. So those who do currently have the sexy analyst, you see exactly how to use them. And I had to pay $500 to go to a course to learn how to do that. And I said, you know what? Let me just design it so that I know everybody can't afford to pay $500 to learn it. Let me design it within the system. You got your supply and demand zone, support resistance levels, your Fibonacci levels. You got all that in there. So again, I just did all that because I got tired of having to add all these individual pieces. And I said, you know what? Let me just design it so it's already in there. All right. So now let's go to the 4-hour time frame. How do we know we're in a trend? Okay. Here was the actual bottom, which was an excellent entry point. Boy, just if you could have got in on this one right there. Oh, wait, God. Oh, look at the pipperoosies. All the way up here, that was 243. Okay. Most of y'all ain't going to have the patience to hold it that long anyway, so it don't matter. When I do catch bottoms or tops really nice, I do keep what's called a runner. I will reduce my lot size and have a little runner running because at that point it really don't matter. But let's take a look at this. So here we go. How did you know this was a double? It was the bottom. Here's why I would have felt comfortable taking this trade, not off of this one. See, it hit the bottom, shot up, and came back down. Okay. Now here's the key. Is this the same place as this? Yes or no? Yes, absolutely. It was a double bottom. So me personally, I would have loved to have taken this trade right here. Why? Because the worst case scenario, I'm just going to put my stop right below my demand zone. Okay. So this is where I would have placed my stop right here. And let me change that to white so you guys can see it better. Yeah. Just playing. All I'm doing is playing support and resistance game. That's all I'm doing. Very simple game to play because it's very visual. It's no way you can't see this. Okay, it's no way you can't see it. Now, here's what I was telling you guys too. Now, watch this. This is gonna be a banger for y'all. This is gonna be a big banger for those who have the SA system. Good morning, Stefan and Ramon. Good morning, or Stephen. I'm sorry. All right, so watch this. This is gonna be cool. All right, I'm right click. I'm going to my sexy analyst. This is gonna be a banger. Boom, boom, boom. Y'all gonna love this. All right, so here's my support and resistance levels. And you can see you can choose whatever color works for you, but I use white and yellow. If it's an uptrend and I clearly see it, guess what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna turn these off. I'm gonna reduce the confusion. I'm gonna turn off resistance levels if you only want to play the uptrend only. All right, so watch how this works. Now I don't see any of the resistance stuff, so I know every time it hits off of one of these, that's when I'm gonna hop in. You hop in here, I'm gonna hop in. Hop in here, I'm gonna hop in. Give me some pips, and you just set it 1 to 1, 1 to 2, get in and get out. That's where you play it. So then you can save this as a template. Watch this, and call this, and I called it. What do I do? Call it what? Sexy high. Okay, that's how I called it. Sexy high. So now when I go to my sexy, here's sexy. Watch this. Ooh, you sexy. That's why I call it sexy analyst. I'm like, oh my God, when we was down, I was like, man, what should I call this? I was like, man, these charts are sexy. I can see everything now. It's so clear. But now you can do what's called a sexy high. All I did was take off the resistance levels, which you can do within the settings. And now when I see it's in the uptrend, it's clearly in the uptrend and pulls back. Every time you get here, I get in and take a trade. Give me a couple of pips and get out. So if you want to be a day trader, this will be an excellent way to do it right off the 4-hour time frame. Every time it hits one of these, and this thing comes with scanners, and one of your scanners is the support and resistance scanner. So set the alert for 4-hour time frame. And when it says, hey, there's a support level or resistance level, you simply come here and look, is this in an uptrend and I got a support? Okay, boom, I'm gonna hop on that thing, put my stop a couple of pips below and go for 1-to-1, 1-to-2, and I'm out. Okay, so you can play it like that. Now, what's a better way of doing it? Leave both of them on, because this will tell you your exit as well. So every time it hits on support, you're going to enter, exit. If you don't want to play these pullbacks, that's fine. If you only want to play this uptrend, here's where, look at how many opportunities. Here, this is clearly an uptrend. It shot up, pull back. Boom, it's sitting right here. Cool. Hop in, get out. Wait for the next one. Get in, boom, get out. Get in, boom, get out. Get in, boom, get out. And you do this over and over and over again. And then this was wow, this was a nice one. Y'all wouldn't have seen this, but I did. This is what told me to hold it. I was having a conversation with PJ on yesterday, and he's been on a win streak. It's been nuts, but for whatever reason, some people are getting it and some are not. So please let me know if you have not been getting the gold trades. He's been just really, really murking it. I think he's like 12-0 or something like that, or 12-1 on a hot win streak. So let me know if you haven't been getting it, and because I'll look into it. But here's what we were having a conversation about consolidation, because that's what actually happened right before the New Year's ended and before the election. The gold market for a while was in a huge, huge, huge consolidatory pattern. And he actually knows people. I don't even have this kind of connection, but he does. J.P. Morgan, Chase Bank, and this and that, and they were having conversations, and because they have gold traders that he knows at Chase Bank, and I think it was this section right here where it just got ate up. Everybody got ate up. And even people at the bank, and where they told their staff, hey, don't trade gold for a while. So it wasn't just one person, it was everybody. So here's where it was in a consolidatory pattern. Okay, but I was telling him, always look at what the original trend was. And then you can see this was going to be a breakout. Okay, this was going to be a breakout. So let's go back to, which pair were we on? EG. This right here. What was the original direction? We had this here, went up, went down, went up. So now what is the direction of this? What's the direction? Because this is where you guys get trapped sometimes. From here, what was the direction? Is it down or is it going to be heading up? It's going to be up. Perfect. So then what happens is, sometimes what it's going to do, it's going to hit one of these long-term consolidatory patterns, consolidation. Okay, it's constantly just going up and up and up. And this is exactly why this strategy is the best for some of you guys, because it doesn't matter anymore. Because what you're doing is, if I know this is an uptrend, okay, and it's just choppy, 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 that's fine. I can still play it. Every time you hit on my supports, I'm going to get in, get some pips. Get in, get some pips. Get in, get some pips. The point is, I'm not trying to hold it. Okay? I'm not trying to hold it. All I need to know is one thing. What do we need to know? Whenever we're doing this, what is the one thing we need to know? I want to see if somebody get this. Look at you, Liz. She said a bullish rectangle. See, thank you, Rich. He said this is where he's getting messed up. That's why we're covering this today, so that your 2025 moving forward will be a lot smoother. Again, get the sexy analyst. I'm not trying to be Mr. Salesman. I'm telling you why I built it, because now I can see things that I couldn't see before, because it's visually on my charts, but I don't have to be the person marking this stuff up no more. It's right there in front of my face. Okay, right there in front of my face. All right, so I'm gonna ask my question again. Oh, good, Liz. She said she got that mouse pad too. Yeah, oh, that's how you knew the bullish rectangle. Yeah, you smart. Good job, Liz. I told you guys get that mouse pad. It's about this big, but it's for charts only. And I put the link last year. So just look on Amazon. It's on there. Just get a trader's mouse pad, but it's like about a foot long. It's about that long with all the different chart patterns. It's really, really, really nice. Oh, you got yours too, Rich. Okay, cool. You got his last week. All right. So here's my question to you guys. What is the one thing you need to know to play this strategy I'm telling you about? What is the one thing? There's only one main thing you got to start with first. What is it? Anybody on YouTube? Any of you guys figured out? What's the one thing I need to know? Yes, Rich, you got it. The direction of the trend. This is when the trend is my friend. Because if I don't know what direction you're going into, I don't need to be trading you. Okay. So let's go over here to this. What's the direction of this mess? I have no idea. So what do? I just don't mess with you. I need to know a clear direction. Okay. Where are you going? And once I understand where you're going, I'm going to hop on that train. So this makes no sense at all. This does make a lot more sense because I can clearly see this is in the uptrend. So every time you come down and hit these whites, I'm looking for an entry. Now you can wait for an arrow, or you can just hop in once these things hit right here. Okay. What I would literally do, I would prefer to wait until the market slows down a bit. So for the first hour of the market's, up around this time, if I find something, that's cool, but I don't want to do it when the market's all over the place. But so like right here, you would have got him right here. No arrow on the 15-minute or nothing. Okay, nothing. Well, you got one now, but you could have called it right at the tippy tip. Okay. Here's what I'm expecting on this. It has already did what it was going to do. Let's check the 5-minute. See, boom. That's where you can play this. Start waiting for them 5-minuters on this. For those who like to get in real early, see, this is what I would do. Bam. That was 33 pips. And that happened this morning, right before class. That's why I couldn't wait for class to start so I can show y'all this. Because here's where I played it. I played it off of here, which again, you guys saw that live at the beginning of class. All I did was play it here because it was a short-term pullback on the 4-hour or an uptrend on the 1-hour. So, boom, I didn't get in here. I waited, bing, got in, got out. Why? Because of here. Now, had I not been teaching you guys, I probably would have already had got in here and I would have already been up 40-something pips on my prop firm account. Why? Because I'm playing the stairs. I'm just playing the stairs. All I'm doing is playing the stairs. And I'm playing them both ways, up and down, because I see where you're going. So with this one, every time it hits on this white, I understand you're an uptrend now. Why? Because we have the double bottom. You came down, came up, created that slant pattern. Okay, always tell y'all slant patterns always come back. Here we go. And what is a slant pattern? For those who's new, look at that. Slant, see how the angle? The angle, okay? They have technical names for it. I just keep it simple. See that slant? See, it's at an angle. It's at an angle. Every time it does that, it's going to pop up. And what does it do? Pops up. There we go. Every single time. Every time. It does the same thing. Slant patterns always pop up. Okay? Small ones, big ones, it doesn't matter. They all do the same thing. So here's what I'm looking at on this pair that I'm playing with. Let's go back here. Swiss JPY. All right, so this one already dropped. Go down to the lower time frame. What kind of pattern do we have here? What do we have here? I don't know the link to the mouse pad no more. I just look on Amazon and you'll see it. You'll see it. Just yeah. And Liz or any of you guys, if you can look it up, because I'm in the middle of teaching, and if you can find that link, somebody for that mouse pad, Reg or Liz, and put the link in here for the group, if you don't mind. So again, yeah, you can clearly see this is a slant pattern. Here's the point. Look, slant. What happened next? Popped up. Slant. What happened next? Popped up. Slant. What happened next? It popped up. See, it's going to keep doing the same thing. So it's just a question of how far will these slants go. That's the only question. But on here, I already know this is a slant pattern. So I'm waiting for it to come back up and retest. I'm not in a rush for this. I know eventually it's going to, and it seems like it's starting to do it now. Look like it's starting to do it now. So me personally, I'm going to wait for it to complete the pop-up, which, see, you can't make this stuff up. This happening right in front of your eyes. What is it doing? Right in front of your eyes. What is it doing? What is it doing, y'all? Come on, somebody talk to me. What is it doing? Right in front of your face. I told you. I don't like to play slants because I know they're going to pop up. And when you do, if you create that double top, I'm going to, like that show, I'm going to pop it. So I'm just waiting for it to retest. Let it pull on back up here. Give me a double whap whap, and I'm going to be up in that thing. So I missed the first go round. That was a nice little short quickie that I could have did this morning to get some quick pips. Because you can see here's my supply zone up here. Okay. You see my resistance dots are right there. Everything I need to know. It was against the resistance, the upper trend line, everything. There was 3 confirmations right there at a glance. 3 confirmations. You can see the yellow dots right here, kind of hidden, but you can see it right there. That's the resistance dots. This is my supply zone, upper trend line. It hit right here. Boom. As soon as it got there, I exited out of my winning trade, and now I'm in a sale. So if I wasn't with you guys, I actually made 120 pips on the upside, and I already would have made how much? From here to where it dropped, where I said I would have got out, I would have made another 40 pips. So in 2 trades, I would have made 160 pips just playing the ups and downs. But I'm dealing with y'all, so I missed this move right here. But yeah, that's all I would have did. I just would have played it. And since it created a slant pattern, I would have took my little 40, wait for it to come back up, and then slap it again. That's what I would have did. Yeah, pretty nice. See, look at this. Came down, boom, drop, get in, play it up, get out, in, out, in, just playing in and out, playing it both ways. One pair. Okay, she put the thank you, Reg. He put the link for the mouse pad in there for you guys. Okay. Let me see something. Okay, I can do that. All right, hold on, y'all. Copy the link. And for the YouTube family, because I know we get more people watching it later than we have live. So I just put the link in there for you guys. All right. So now you guys have it. Get that mouse pad. It's dirt cheap and it will change your life because now a lot of this stuff that you're seeing, it will be right on the mouse pad. You'll see it. And it's a really big mouse pad. It's really, I don't know why they charge so cheap. I think it was like 16, less than 20 bucks, something like that. Dirt cheap. I would have charged more money for it, but yeah, it was $15. I can't believe they charged just $15 for this thing. It is huge. I'm telling you, it is a huge mouse pad. It's not your normal little mouse pad. It's big. Okay. I got my speaker on top of it. I got my screens on top of it. I got my keyboard on top of it and still got room. It's huge. It is very, very worth every penny. So get that. It'll change your life. It even tells you how to read the candlesticks. It tells you about candlestick patterns. It gets everything in there that you need. Now there are more patterns, but this is a this is more than enough for a lot of you guys. So get it. And it looks really, really nice. Make your desk look unique. Okay. All right. So let's open it up for questions. Go ahead. If you have questions, raise your hand. Okay, good. Give me a second. Let me do this. Y'all give me 1 second. Let me copy this link. Okay. All right, my UB2B family. That's the link. If you want to join in and you have a question, click on that link and come on into the chat room where you can raise your hand in Zoom. So Stephen, you know about that charity. Okay, good. Like I said, man, we help a lot of people. You guys don't even know we tithe out of this business. So every subscription, we tithe out of every subscription. You guys don't know, but whether you have the copycat, whether you have whatever, the bottom line is that Oh, what is this? Oh, okay. Okay. Um, the bottom line is that you guys are helping with the donations because we tithe out of our business to different organizations and so forth every single month. In fact, you guys just blessed a gentleman who I know. He changed his life around, and he is struggling to put, take care of his family, and so he's been in prayer on how to take care of his family. He used to be in prison, got out of prison, changed his life. Now he does prison ministry, and he's doing things. And so what happens is God uses other people to support his people. Okay. So for those who, I don't give no money to the church, that's fine. We'll give it to somebody else on the street. Don't use that as a reason to be selfish, because a lot of people, now I don't give that money to no church. The preacher man gonna take it, okay, but still you don't give to nobody either. So while you talking about somebody else, you just as selfish because you don't help nobody. It's all about you. If it ain't about you, you don't help nobody, which is why you have relationship issues, because it's always about you. Get out of you and start looking at other people who are having needs. So while this man is trying to take care of his family and trying to minister, yeah, we had some extra resources and we sent money to help this man out, and he didn't even expect it. And he said, man, you didn't even know how bad I needed it. So thank you guys for what you're doing. Thank you. Congratulations to you guys. You guys are blessing people around the world and locally, and you don't even know it. In fact, my wife, she works with a lot of students who she teaches online. She's actually in her office now working, and she teaches online to students who are either they got kicked out of school and they can't attend school, or her primary students are what they call hospital homebound. Hospital homebound means that these children are so sick they can't even attend school. Okay. Um, One of them, she just found out yesterday he wasn't able to attend class because he's going through chemotherapy because he has cancer. He's only in the eighth grade, I think it is, something like that. And so sometimes we find out that these parents are already financially struggling to even put food on the table. But thanks to you guys, we're taking some of the money that you guys are using for these subscriptions. Okay. So for the copycat, the sexy analyst, or whatever else, for the signal service or the advanced membership, we tithe out of that, and we're sending it to these people to put literal food on these people's table, because sometimes the community don't have resources, or people don't quote unquote qualify, and this and that. Okay. So this is where Super Easy comes in. We quietly do it behind the scenes because I don't want to hear no bull crap from people talking about, oh yeah, he trying to scam this and that. And look, if you think that, don't ever come back here. Just don't come back. That's all you have to do. You ain't got to worry about us, because I'm not worried about you. If you think we're a scam, just never come back. But for those who are supporting us, I just want you to know, even though we're not a church, we're not a ministry, I ain't no preacher man, this is where I can still do the work of God. I don't have to have a title of a preacher to be able to support God's work and God's people. Can I get an amen type of 50 in the box? Amen. Everybody understand what I'm saying here? You don't have to be somebody with a title to support God's work. Okay. All right. Anyway, let's take a look at this again, guys. Literally happening in front of your eyes. I told you this is a slant pattern. Slant patterns always pop up. Okay, so it hit on support level right there. See all that support? See that? Boom, 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 boom. And now it's popping up. So me, I'm going to wait for it to retest this level before I get into this devil. Y'all like that one? I'm gonna wait for it to read. Oh, that was pretty good. I liked it. It was funny. That was a good one. By the way, y'all, it's so cold outside. Y'all see me in my onesie? Goodbye. In the onesie. Okay. So now you see exactly why I got out. I just, hey, let me take my money. Um, but I knew to exit out of this trade because it hit that resistance dot, and I said, okay, enough for me. Now, again, I could have took a little short 20, 40 pip scalp. And for those who want to be scalpers, again, this would be excellent for you, because now you clearly know when you're supposed to be getting in, and you clearly know when you're supposed to be getting out of these trades. Okay. So if you want to scalp for 10 or 20 pips, this is the way to go. Just use these bounce pads. Okay, just as soon as they bounce off of these things, get you a little something, something, boom. Always check in a higher time frame to see where's the directional bias. That's the key. Is it in a downtrend? If yes, okay, cool. I'm gonna scalp to the downside. Every time it hits these resistance, scalp to the downside, scalp to the downside, scalp to the downside. Don't worry about trying to play it to the back. Just scalp to the downside. If you want to be a scalper, this is something you can do because it's very clear. And you're in the direction of the trend. You're not fighting the direction of the trend, okay? Somebody asked me to look at gold. Let's take a look at gold. All right, so let's take a look at gold. All right, we have boop, boop, retested that top, and it's starting to drop. That's what we're seeing. It's been on a run, a mad run. 5 minute probably had that arrow. Yep. Woo. You guys know you can play with the 5 minute arrow as well, okay? 15 is a little more secure, but if you want to just really play it, you know, you can play the 5 minute. But this is one of those where I was telling you guys, now here's again what I'm trying to tell you, okay? This has clearly been in an uptrend. How do I know that this was going to be the top? I don't know. I don't know. How do I know if this is truly going to be the reversal of the trend? I don't know. So then what am I going to do? I'm going to wait for this thing to drop. And then when it pops back up, if I get some yellow dots that are lower than this one, you see that one right back there? Come on, let me do something so y'all can clearly see this. This is the whole point. Don't worry about it. I ain't worried about it. If I don't know if this is the top or not, I ain't tripping. Let's go to the indicator list, and I'm gonna go to my simplicity. I'm gonna turn off these zones. Okay, I'm gonna turn off this one temporarily so y'all can see it. I see it, but I wanna make sure y'all seeing it. Now, without the zone, can y'all see this yellow dot right here? Y'all see this yellow dot? Steve said, Nancy, come get your husband. Y'all see this yellow dot? See how clear these are? I mean, they're telling you what you need to know. See, they're right here. How can you not see this? It's just right here. All you're doing is playing the dots. Play the dots. Pac-Man. Oh, that's what you call the Pac-Man strategy. Or Miss Pac-Man. Oh. Donna, what you think of that? Oh, she might be driving. What y'all think of that? I'm gonna get to y'all's hands. Yeah, play the Miss Pac-Man strategy. Remember that Miss Pac-Man? Eating the dots? Are we playing this the dots? Can you not see this dot? Okay, so I don't know if this is going to be the top because what it can do, it can break through here. I don't know, and I ain't worried about it. Here's what I'm going to wait for. If you truly, this is truly the top and you're going to be a reversal of the trend, how do I know? I'm going to wait for you to drop and then come back up again and create some yellow dots. Now, if these yellow dots starts right there, or let me do this. Yellow dots come here, and let me make this box yellow. Watch this. It's simple. I'm not chasing it. I'm not chasing tops and bottoms. I ain't thinking about it. Here's another yellow dots, another yellow dots, another set of yellow dots. All of these are lower than this one. So that means it's a lower high. It'll come down, stop right here, create a yellow dot. And the longer it stays there, that's why you get more dots. The longer it stays below the original dot, it will create another dot every 4 hours. Every 4 hours, if you have yours set to 4 hours. I have mine set to 4 hours. So every 4 hours, I know that it's there. And as long as it stays there, okay, cool, I'm gonna get in. So once you drop, this is the original. If you're truly the top, you're gonna come down, create another high, but it should be lower yellow dots than this one here. If it is, then okay, I do believe at that point we are in a downtrend, a fresh new downtrend. So no longer am I worried about trying to chase the tops if you're struggling with that. Now, for some of us who are very good using the 415 strategy or whatever else, okay, keep doing what you're doing. But if you're struggling and you're saying, man, I thought that was the top and it kept on going, I thought that was the top and it kept on going, then just simply wait for higher highs or lower lows to be created and you get in on the first one, and therefore it's the safest point. Okay, and every time it drops and come back up, get in. Drop, come back up, get in. Drop, come back up, get in. Okay. So on gold, somebody wanted me to look at that. I do say that it looks like this is a turning point, but I don't know for sure. You can see here's the first row of dots. Okay. So for me, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. So you can see the dots. I'm going to wait. If you come down and create another set of yellow dots, but they are lower than this set, then okay, I'm ready for a sell. Okay. Did that answer the question? Okay. Ooh, be safe, Nana. She said it's cold and icy. Yeah. That's why I said, y'all see, I'm in my PJs. All right, let me get some hands. All right, Charlotte, go ahead and unmute. Charlotte, go ahead. I can't hear you. Let me make sure it's not my computer. Jay, go ahead and unmute.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. Charlotte, go ahead. It's on your end, honey. I can't hear you. But Jay, go ahead. What you got for me?
First, I want to say I got the mouse pad. It's amazing. Love it. It
Man,
helps
that's
me
pretty
see
cool.
those
It took you
patterns
about time.
at a glance. Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, man, crazy. Yeah, cool. All right, what you got for me today?
The other thing is I want to know, as far as like your simplicity settings when you have the sexy analyst on, what does that look like? Because you don't have the smiley faces and
Yeah, I don't know that stuff. That's my whole point.
so I was just wondering.
That's the whole point. Let me do this. Let me add this back and click back on regular sexy. This is why you save your templates every time, you guys, because anything you do in midpoint, you just go back to your template and you can put everything back. So I got my zones. So let's go to my object list, go to simplicity, click on edit, and here's my settings. So the algorithmic trend line off, support and resistance off. Why? Because it's already set on the sexy analyst, so I don't need it twice. You can see the trend, bullish trends. I don't need these. This is part of the trend line colors, but they're already turned off up here, so it doesn't matter. The zone should always be left to 4 hours. That's what your red zones, buy and sell zones. You can play with it, but I mean, I always leave it on 4 hour. That's the way it was. This option wasn't even supposed to be here where y'all can change it. I just forgot to take it out, but either way it goes, I'll leave mine on 4. Here's the biggest thing though. What do I do here? Trend period. The higher the trend period, the more it filters out noise. You're going to get arrows later, but you're going to get far less noise. So you're going to get in late into the trades. The higher you make this number, the later you're going to get into the trade, because it's what it does is filter out noise. But since I have the sexy analyst, I don't need an excessive filter, so I leave mine on 1. So this is the biggest key right here. Trade period is 1. I don't need the buy and sell words on the charts. That was just a cute feature we built in it just to be cute, but we don't need it, so I turn that off as well. So really the key feature is right here. I use the single arrow, and you can choose triple arrows. By the way, I don't know if y'all knew this feature was there. See, look at that. Oh, that's cold. Matter of fact, I think I might leave that there.
It's nice. Yeah.
Yeah, y'all had it the whole time. It's there.
I use it. Yeah.
Oh, you do? I haven't used it in years, bro. I just always use a single arrow, but oh, triple arrow. Yeah. So anyway, because that's what we, named the first system. It was called triple arrow. So I just built it in simplicity. So anyway, that's it. I got my turn period on 1, and that's it. That's what I do, bro.
All right. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Good question. All right. Cool. All right. And let's see. Jeff, go ahead and unmute.
Good morning, Uncle P. How you doing, sir?
Good morning. How are you?
I'm good, man. Hey, I got one question for you. I don't know if you're in your video archive. Do you have anywhere when you started the copycat system of how to link that up with everything and get it all set up on a VPS? Because I'm in South Florida, and sometimes my internet is a little sketchy.
Yeah, no, I don't do videos on VPSs because then what people think is that I'm an expert in VPSs, and I'm not. So I don't want to start something that's going to be problematic, and then I got to keep explaining myself. You can always YouTube it. Basically, all a VPS is, people make it a big deal. If I would told you to go to my website, you would go to superezforex.com, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Your VPS is going to have its own website. Okay.
Okay.
And when you get to that website, you just like you go on mine, if you bought in our stuff, what do you have to do? Use a username and a password to be able to get into our site to go through the tutorials, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Your VPS is exactly the same. You're going to have your own website. And when you get to that website, you're going to be given a username and password to put in. When you click on that username and password, your computer is just going to pop up and it's going to look exactly like a normal computer. It's just that you're doing it on a website versus having it on your desktop. That's all it is. It's no different at all.
Gotcha.
Different. So for an example, once you get your VPS, if I got a VPS right now, they would send me, hey, here's your website address. I would click that into my remote thing. I put that in. Then it's going to ask me, what is your username and password? I put that in. As soon as I click on that, it's going to pull up my website and it's going to look dead on a normal computer. And you do exactly what you would on a normal computer. You're going to have your internet. You're going to have, you download, go to your broker's website and you treat it exactly like a normal computer. Because literally, let me tell you what it is. Okay. What a VPS actually is, you're renting a computer at somebody else's warehouse. It is a normal computer, but it's not in your house. It's in a storehouse somewhere else where it's highly protected from weather and everything else. Okay. So what they're doing is, instead of you walking into a building and logging on to the computer, they're giving you a website address. And then when you hit that website address, you log on to the computer and then it turns on. And then you do like you normally would with any other computer. That's all it is.
So you just let your copycat system just run on that and just walk away.
I sure do. Yep,
Okay.
I do. Yep.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome. Did that explanation help?
Oh, for sure, man. I'm gonna go back and replay it. But yeah, dude. Yeah, definitely, man. Thank you.
Yeah, that's all it is, man. Don't make it no more than that, bro. Literally, if you had 10 computers in your house that you weren't using, you can actually rent them out and say, okay, I'm gonna hook them up to a website address and I'm gonna rent them out to people. And so what happens is people as soon as they go to this website, you give them the username and password to the computer in your house. And so as soon as they go to that website and they put in the username and password to the computer, it turns on in your house. It's the same thing, bro. It's the same thing.
Hey,
okay.
Keep doing.
One last thing.
Keep doing what you're doing, man. You're doing great, bro.
Okay, one last thing though. What I would suggest for me personally, I like Windows-based computers. Okay, use Windows. They have Linux and all these others. Use Windows 11, 10, or 11. I like Windows 11. Okay.
Yeah, me too,
all
man.
Right.
I've been using.
Thank you, sir. And by the way, guys, for those who want to know, I use Server Optima. Server Optima by far is the cheapest one that I've come across with the least amount of problems. I know there's a lot of them out there that are designated. Oh, I'm getting hot, Jesus. There's a lot of them out there that are designated specifically for Forex traders, which is fine. If you do what you want to do with those. Me personally, I don't like using them because what they do is they bunch everybody up on these servers. Okay, you don't have your own personal designated server, so they bunch everybody up on this computer. Okay, they call it a server, but basically somebody got a computer in their house that they just want to rent out, so they give you a website address, you log on to that computer, and now they have all these different people bunched up on it, and it slows it down. So that's the reason why with Forex VPSs, sometimes when the market is in high volume, such as during, inflation reports, interest rate reports on the US, and there's a lot of volume, a lot of trade going on real fast, and then you see things freeze up. That's sometimes what happens. So me personally, I don't like using Forex company VPSs that specialize with Forex traders. I don't like doing that. So I like using outside companies so that they're not going to get clogged up because all they do is serve Forex people. Okay. So with that said, like for me, I got 4 of them, and I got like 16 or 20 different accounts running on these 4. But Server Optima, you can get one for like, if you're only using one or 2 accounts, you can get some like for $13 a month, $17 a month, or whatever. But me, I spend a little bit, to make sure it runs smoothly, Get the $25. Get the $25, 17 or $25 if you want to put one or two on there. And then it's going to run smooth. Okay. All right. Enough about that. Because again, I don't want to appear to be the expert because we constantly get questions about the VPSs. And my suggestion would be go YouTube it and you guys will see in a matter of minutes exactly what it is. It's very simple. So again, if I gave you guys a website to this computer and said, okay, here's the username and password, you'll literally be on my computer right now. You'll be literally on this one. So it's no different than a regular computer. Okay. All right, cool. All right, let me get to this next hand, and that is Hamid. Hamid, go ahead and unmute. Hi. I
Hello,
can't hear
Cookie.
you. Oh,
Hello.
there you go. I can hear you now. Hi, how are you? Hi. I can't hear you.
Hello.
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Hello. Yeah,
Yes,
hi. Sorry, my internet is bad.
yeah, I can hear you.
I'm new to the simplicity, and I wanted you
Mhm.
to break down how the strategy works,
Okay, can you repeat your question, please?
if you don't mind.
Yeah, can you repeat your question? You're kind of going in and out. It's kind of hard to hear you. Sir, do me a favor, type your question because yeah, can you type
Hello.
your question
Hello.
in the chat box because you're going in and out and it's hard to hear you.
Okay. What I mean is, I'm new to the simplicity, and I wanted you to break it down for me a little. I don't really understand it.
Okay. So did you go through the some of the strategies? So for an example, when you get an arrow, basically all you're doing is just take an arrow when it comes in. See, like this, you just take the arrow when it comes in. And there's
Well,
strategies like yes, go ahead.
yeah, the right time, like the right time and the right setup that you have to wait for
Okay.
to take the
Did you
trade.
look at the video on the 415 strategy?
Yes, please.
No, I'm asking, did you go through that tutorial on the 415 strategy?
Yes, I did.
Okay. So
Yeah, yes, I
basically
did.
what you're looking for an example, let's go back to gold. Okay. So what are we looking for on the 415 strategy? Do you remember?
Yep.
All right. So do you remember?
Waiting
What we
for,
look
yeah, on the four, waiting for a consolidation on the top hot zone, right?
No, we're looking for two or more arrows bouncing off the top of our red zone or bouncing off the bottom of our sale. Bouncing off the buy zone or the sell zone. So do we have two candles right here? Do we have two candles?
Yes.
Okay, cool, perfect. So what would be the next step that we're looking for now? What do we do next?
We scale down to the 15 minutes.
See, you got it, brother. And what are we looking for on the
Right.
15 minute? What are we waiting
We're
on?
looking for an arrow.
Okay, do we have one yet?
We're looking for an arrow. Nope.
Correct. No, we don't have one, so that's it. We're just waiting. So we sit and we wait for the arrow. That's all it is. Just that simple. Okay. That's one of the simplest strategies to start with. Okay. Now, the other one is
Thank you.
the other
Okay.
strategy, which I'm teaching today, is very, very simple. Okay.
Okay.
Let's go to just simplicity by itself. Okay. All right. And let me add in, go to right here and add this here. Oops, excuse me, right here. Yes, it's still going to take time. And you can set this to whatever trim period you want to make it filter out the noise. All right, so now let's add in our resistance and supports. Okay, so again, here we go. Same thing. Is this going up? Is this an uptrend?
Yes. Yes, please.
Okay, so bottom line is every time it goes up and comes back and hit on support, you can buy. See? Buy in here.
All right.
See? Just that simple. Two strategies, either the 415 or you just plan supports on an uptrend. When it goes up and pulls back. See? You see these dots? It's hitting on support, right?
Yes.
How long have you been trading? Let me start here because you may not even understand. How long have you been trading, sir? Are you brand new to trading?
No, I've been in trading for 1.5 years now.
Oh, okay, cool. So you do understand support and resistance levels?
Yes, please.
Okay, good. So you see you have an arrow here, which you could have just took this trade right here. Put your stop below the last low, which is about 57 pips or whatever. Okay. And gold, they call it 500 something, but it's basically 56 pips. Okay. So it went up, did a short pullback, but then boom, went up and it kept going, kept going, kept going. See? So you could even did this arrow. Okay. You could have did that one. But the bottom line is, and look at this arrow. See? That would have gave you about 77 pips. So you can just play these simple arrows off the 4 hour if you want. You can play them off the 1 hour when they come in. Okay. Let me unlock this.
Okay.
Okay. So here's one that would have been a winner. So you can just play these arrows if you want. See, here comes a downtrend. That was a big winner. So you can just turn on the arrows if you want and just say, okay, every time I see an arrow on the 1 hour, 30-minute, or 4 hour time frame, you can take those and place your stops. Very simple system. That's why we call it simplicity. But again, if you want to play support and resistance levels, then what you want to do is every time, let me ask you this. This was in the downtrend, right? You see it going down?
Yeah.
Okay. If price comes up and touches here, then you can get in for a sale, which it stayed below this zone. You can see right here, but this wasn't as close. I wouldn't have played it, but you can do these as long as they're touching on zones that you like. So for an example, this was an uptrend. It came back and hit on a support level. Then go ahead and take the buy. Came up, hit support level, take the buy. Nice wins. Very simple. So that's two simple strategies, or actually that was three. Number one, just take arrows on the 30-minute, 1 hour, or 4 hour time frame. Number two is the 415 strategy, which you're looking for on the 4 hour time frame, 2 or more candles. We have 2 candles here.
Okay. I'll practice it.
Right? Drop down to the 15-minute, and we're just simply waiting for what? An arrow. If we don't have an arrow, we don't take the trade. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
4, we have 2 candles. 15. We're just simply waiting for the arrow. We don't have one, so we don't take it. Okay.
Okay.
That makes sense? And you can come back
Yes.
every week to class. So play with this on the demo account. And then after you play with it on the demo account for a little bit, then you'll have better understanding of what it's like because you'll play with it for a week. You'll find whichever strategy fits you better. Do you want to just take arrows on the 30-minute or the 1 hour time frame and just take those and do that and go for a couple of pips just to see how it works? You can try that strategy. That's 1. Okay. 2, you can do the 415 strategy, which is another one. Or 3, you can play these support levels, which, by the way, if I was looking at this right here, is this going up or down?
Up.
Which way is this? It's going up. So would I sell right here or buy when it hits this level? Buy. What would you do?
I'll buy.
Yeah, of course you would. Yeah, because why? It's an uptrend. Yeah. See?
Yeah.
Simple.
Uptrend.
See, it ain't complicated. That's why we call it simplicity. Yeah, very simple. Let's look at one more. No, wait. You know, don't worry about it. All right. Best way to find the trend is right here. Okay. So right here is heading up. Let me pick a, let's go with that one. So if I'm on the 15-minute, oh, look at who came in here. You see this? What was the direction of the trend? What was the direction of the trend? It was heading up. Okay. You with me? You good, brother. You good. Welcome to the family. Now 15-minute. All right. Let me see right here. Let's see where we would have caught this one. Hold on. Right there. See? Ooh, bing. See? See right there? That's what this was right here. We're just playing it. We're just having a good time. Good time with these charts. Every time he see, look, boom, boom, shot up. Oh, that's good. That's some good money, brother. You agree?
So when the
So
arrow
look at
comes
this.
between
So watch this. Watch. Wait. Watch this. All right. What's the direction of the trend on the 4 hour?
it's an uptrend.
Right. Always remember 4 hour time frame is where you want to go first because it tells you the trend direction. You need to know what is the direction of the trend. Okay. Write that down. First, find out what is the direction of the trend. From there, you know how to play the game. Okay. So now let's drop down to this 15-minute. So when this arrow came in, would you have tucked it? Would you have taken this trade? You would have?
Yeah,
Of course you would.
because it's
Brother, yeah, of course. You know why? Because you're trading in the direction of the trend. How many pips would you have been up by? 36 pips, and that's today. You would have made 36 pips today off of just that one trade. Why? Because you're trading in the direction of the trend. Check the 4 hour, and then when the arrows come in, you already know. Okay, I'll take it. If it's going against the trend, you might want to stay away from it as a person new to the system. It's that simple, brother. Don't make it more complicated. So I gave you a couple of different strategies. I would suggest personally to just pick one. So this would be one that you can start with. Okay. Whatever you want to play some arrows. Okay. I'm going to play the arrow game off the 15-minute. All right. The first thing you're going to do before you take the arrow, go to the 4 hour and say, what is the direction of the trend? Clearly, this was in what direction?
Uptrend.
Okay. Of course it was. And what is this arrow saying? What does the arrow say? Right here. You see that? Is the arrow pointing up?
Yep.
Of course. We got a match. For our uptrend, 15-minute up arrow. Put them together, and there you go. Simple. Okay. Let's look at something else real quick. Let's see. Let me find another one. All right. Here was an arrow right here. Go to the 4 hour time frame. When it was right here, what was the direction? And here's the key. If you don't know the direction,
get to the top hot zone.
Wait. Let me say this is really important. If you go to the 4 hour time frame and you don't understand the direction, what do? You
turn off your PC and walk away.
Yeah, that's right. Stay away from it. If you don't know for sure, just don't take the trade. That's it. If you don't know, don't take the trade. Okay. If you're not sure, just wait for the next one. Why? Because every week there's going to be plenty of these arrows coming out. So you don't need to rush. And here's what I would suggest, and I'm not trying to sell you nothing, but here's what I would suggest. Get the scanner, because the Simplicity scanner, you can put up to 40 different pairs on the scanner, set them all to 15-minute arrow. And then when the arrow comes out, it will send you an alert to your phone. And when the alert comes to your phone, all you're doing is, all right, let me check the 4 hour time frame first. On this one, okay, the trend is, watch this. The trend is, where's this trend heading right here? I just put a support level in. Where do you think this is going now? Up or down? You got it. Now, the alert came out to your phone from the scanner. This would have been a huge winner. Okay. Where do you put your stop? I'm going to enter in the trade right here. I'm going to look at the pass lower, and that would have been about right here, about 53 pips. 53 pips. Hold on, player. Hold on. You made 109 pip winner, 2-1. Why? Because when I look on the 4 hour, I see that this has made a support level and is heading up. And the arrow came in and said up. So basically, you could have took it here. That was 30 pips. Again, if you want to be a scalper, scalp the thing, take it. 30 pips, you're out. But if you want to play it a little longer, that's fine. It came back here, pull back. You still got 21 pips in your pocket, and it ultimately created 114 pips. Why? Because all I did was play it in the same direction as the 4 hour time frame. So any arrows you get, just play them in the same direction as the 4 hour trend. So this trade right here, here's an arrow. Literally, we have an arrow right here, don't we?
Yep.
Okay. What's the direction of the trend?
It's an uptrend.
What are you going to do with this arrow then?
You're going to wait. For me, I'll wait to get a good, clear setup.
If everybody understand this, type a 10 in the box, please. You see how simple this is? You're just matching the higher time frame with the lower time frame. Just, we got a match. I don't know if y'all seen Pop the Balloon. It was even on SNL the other night. They did. You know, that dating show, you know, get 1 million views every episode on YouTube. Okay, Pop the Balloon. Okay. And all she's trying to do is get a match, trying to get these two to match up and go on a date. Okay. So the bottom line is we're playing the same game in the markets. We're just trying to play a match game. Okay. What is the direction of the 4-hour time frame? And then wait for an arrow that matches it. If you get an arrow in the wrong direction, ignore it. That's how you increase your winning percentage. It's not complicated. You guys are making stuff way too hard. Way too hard. Okay. Show another one. All right. Somebody says, show another one. Show another one. Oh, we good. We good now, huh? All right. So we have an arrow here. I'm waiting for that slant. But if I do take this trade, even if it pulls back, okay, what's the direction of the trend right now?
And it's an uptrend.
Right. So would you take this trade if you want it? Yes or no?
No.
Okay, then. See?
Nope.
All right. Okay. What you hesitating for? It ain't complicated. All right. We had an arrow this morning that came out. Okay. Let's go to the 4-hour. What's the direction of the trend?
It's an uptrend.
Okay. Come on, man. Y'all acting like it's complicated. What was the direction of this arrow?
Uptrend. This arrow.
Okay. Would you have taken this trade?
Yes.
Heck yeah. Okay. Bro, what's the problem? See? Right here. Right here. Win. You won. And it still looks like it possibly can go up some more. Yeah, you won the trade. Did you win this trade? Did it go up?
Yep.
See how simple it is? That's why I call it simplicity. It's not complicated. Only take the arrows in the same direction as the 4-hour trend. That's it. Now, are you guaranteed to win every trade? No, you're never guaranteed to win every trade. That's why we always put a stop loss. Where do we put the stop loss? Below the previous low. And don't start crying about, well, Uncle P, that stop loss is too big. Then don't take the trade then. Because see, here's the problem. You sit up there trying to do these tight butt stop losses. Well, see, Uncle P, always trying to rationalize. Uncle P, see, here's the area. So, you know, I'm gonna put my stop loss. See, this is when the arrow came in, Uncle P. And see, you get me. So, see, I'm gonna put it right below this low right here. See, this one, that's smaller. See, and then I can use 5 lots on a $50 account. I'm gonna use 5 lot size on a $50 account. See, because now I can use a bigger lot size. That's what people do. That's the only reason why people are scared of bigger stop losses, because you're trying to use a bigger lot size. You're getting greedy. That's the problem. So you ain't worried about safety. You worry about greed. Safety over greed. What is safe? Safe means let me put my stop below the last prior low, which would put me right below the zone. See, that's why the zone is here. The green zone is telling you, hey, put your stop below me. That's safe. And I'll make this a different color.
You won't get to escape the spreads.
Okay. See, I made it magenta. That's safe. That's why the green box is right here. It's telling you, here's your range. Put your stop below me. That's safe. And if it goes below here, you don't want to be in this trade anyway, because that means it's something's going on and it's going in a different direction. So that would have been safe. That's safe. Prior low, not tight. Because what happened? What did they do right here, sir? They came right down, brought one candle to wick everybody out. Do you see this right here?
Exactly. Yes.
You see that? They stop hunted everybody, took their money for all the people who was using them tight butt stop losses, but your stop was down here. Did they even come close to your stop? No, they didn't.
Your broker didn't even get you out.
Of course not, because we use smart
Yes.
stop losses, not like these greedy people who keep doing the same thing to them. Your stuff doesn't work, your stuff doesn't work. No, you don't work. You don't work because you're being hard-headed. I never told people to use these little tight butt stop loss. I have been preaching against this forever. Don't do it unless you're trying to be a quick scalper, which, by the way, is still going to tag you because sometimes what it's going to do, we do not control price. Price controls the markets. We just playing in the game. We don't own the game. So therefore, when you get in this trade, sometimes, yes, it's going to start and it may do a pullback before it goes up. The bottom line is we're looking at the finished product. Did it go up? Yes, it did. What did they do first? Boom, stop on it, people. Your stop is down here. So use a smaller lot size and use an appropriate stop. So when they do pull this number, it doesn't bother you and eventually it pop right on up. So every person who got stopped out right here, they looking at this and like, oh my God. Yeah, but you keep doing the same thing. You know they're going to pull this. Why are you keep playing their game? Put the stop where it's safe. That's why we built these zones to say, hey, this would be a good, comfortable area for you to put your stop right below it. That's what these zones are for. Use them. Put it below. Boom, they came back, but then you won the trade and it's still trying to go up. So you're still a winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. What was the direction of the trend? Up. What was the direction of the arrow? Up. You won. Duh. Okay, we good?
Your one-on-one will even take you out.
Say again?
I said your one-on-one. When you take a one-on-one, you would have been out.
Yeah, you could have. That's what I said. Just, hey, take the money and run. Call it a day. That's what I said. You can use this every day and just same thing. Even here, this was ugly. But here's where the trade was. That's where this dot was here. It was just saying, hey, this was an uptrend, but it didn't go hecka far. So that's why that came in. But either way it goes, you got in right here. It did shoot up. See, either one of these was money. Take your money and run. Why? Direction of the trend. Okay. All right. Let me get to this next answer. And now, if you have any questions, just come back next week. Okay. All right, sir.
Thank you very much.
You're very welcome. Welcome to the family. All right. Walk by faith. Go ahead and unmute. And then I see you, Liz, and I see you, Reggie. I got y'all. Hi.
How you doing, Uncle P?
Hey, what's happening? One quick second. One quick second. Go ahead and ask your question. Somebody's asking about my settings for the simplicity system for the smiley face. And so where are those?
So I just have a question on I guess the system that you have right now.
Mhm.
How do I get that one, and then the scanner that you was just telling the other gentleman? Well, not this, not the system with the bubbles. It was one that you had before that you had up.
Oh, the sexy? You talking about sexy?
I believe that's what it was. Yeah, you had you have to put the triple arrows on there. Now, on this one here, you can still use that 415 strategy that you was talking about.
Absolutely, yeah. Absolutely. So for an example, let's go to gold. It just enhances what you're looking at. For those who need an enhancement, AKA me, okay? Just enhances things. Because now I have my support and resistance dots. I got my supply and demand zones. I got everything I need. So now it's just giving me even more information. That's what it's basically for. So you see here was the supply zone, this little box. So for those who learn supply and demand zone trading, you see price action came right up into that supply zone. And you see these little yellow dots. Let me make it bigger so you can see it. See the little rows of yellow dots?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that's set for the 4-hour time frame. So it's telling me even on the 4-hour time frame, there's resistance. So now it's giving me even more information than what the simplicity dots were just what simplicity is giving me. And so it just what I did was I combined the simplicity system, which you see my zones right here. I still got my zones. I just took a lot of that stuff off. I don't need it because now I'm getting even more data when I add my simplicity system to it because it's telling me supply and demand zones, support and resistance levels, trend lines. It's giving me all that extra stuff. That's why I use them in conjunction. And what I did was I put on simplicity first, and then I put in put simplicity on top, and I just stripped away different things that I don't need. Some things y'all may want to use, some things I just don't need it. So that's the beauty of this, because you can customize it to your visibility. It's for me, I don't want everything too noisy. Okay. But for some people, they had more the merrier. They 16 confirmations. They had 20 confirmations on my chart, Uncle P. Well, add them on if you feel comfortable with it. It's up to you. I don't need all that. I just need some things for me to make a judgment call. Okay. But for you guys, you may not need it. But either way it goes, at least it's available to you through these systems. At a click of a button, you can turn them on. You don't have to mark your charts up. That was the old way, marking my charts up, marking up my charts up, marking up my charts. I don't got tired of that, bro. Make sense?
Right. Yes, sir. So how do I get this system right here?
Oh, just go to superezforex.com and click on superezforex.com. Let me see if I can pull this up for you, sir. I'll take you right there. I'll show you. All right. Let me pull this on screen for you. Yeah, everything is right there on the main website. So see the sexy analyst?
Okay.
Yeah, click right there and you can get it. And by the way, like I said, you'll see that it comes with 2 scanners, support resistance, supply and demand zones, Fibonacci levels, Fibonacci extensions. You can turn all this stuff on and off. There's a lot of stuff that it comes with that I just turn it off until I need it. And it comes with this trend line scanner. So when price action touches a trend line, you'll be alerted. It comes with support and resistance scanner as well. So it comes with 2 scanners, a trend line scanner and a support and resistance scanner. And you can set those so that when the price action touches a trend line, okay, you can get an alert if you want it. If you want to play the support and resistance levels, you can turn on that scanner and put up to 40 pairs on there and set it on the 4-hour time frame, which is what I would do. So on the 4-hour time frame, every time you get an alert, boom, okay, I'm gonna go take a look. And if it matches to what I'm looking for, we got a match, then I'll take it. It's just 29 bucks a month plus tax again. But what we're doing is, again, you're supporting all these different organizations, Invisible People. The CEO of this company personally reached out to me because it was like, you're donating all this money. I just want to know who you are. You don't need to know who I am. And Magic Johnson and other people even support this. This Invisible People is really near and dear because I was about to be one of these people. And this is people, and you can go to their website. Matter of fact, let me type that in. Invisible. Give me a second. Invisible People. See, this is their website.
Oh, okay.
And this is about people who's living on the streets. And the one that really got my heart, and I don't see her on here, I think she finally got a job and was able to get her life together. It was a beautiful young lady. Her name was Erin. And she was living on the streets, beautiful lady. Just, I don't know how she got there, but she was very beautiful. But she was living on the streets and talked about how she got raped while living on the streets. Raped. And it really just broke my heart. And so this is, I started looking into this. And like I said, I started doing onto this a long time ago. This is for homeless people. But I think, and I'm sorry if I sidetracked me out, but I think this, you can live, there she is right there. That's Erin. That was her.
Oh, okay.
And she got raped living on the streets. They were coming into her tent and raping her. But she had such a positive personality. She was still smiley and this and that. She went to try to get a job and people were talking about her and she still just had a bubbly personality. I was like, how can you have such a personality like that, even though you're going through such? And it really broke my heart. So I started looking into these stories and I said, you know what, I feel comfortable donating to this. And it was backed by Magic Johnson and other celebrities. So, you know, people who we look past, which by the way, and I'll say this and move on, but for those who studied the Bible, I did a Bible study lesson for a group of men over the weekend. And it was about Rahab the harlot. And for those who don't know, don't worry about it. I'll say this real quick and move on because it's in our Bible. But when you read the story of Rahab the harlot, she was the one, Israel was coming in to invade a territory and take over it. And they sent 2 spies into the land. And people knows the story about Rahab the harlot, where she hid the 2 spies and made a deal with them. Hey, I know you guys are going to take over this land, but if you protect me, and my family, then I'll protect you. I'll hide you from the king because they're searching for you guys. So she hid them in her house under some bushel of wheat and this and that. And so nobody found them. And when they came in and invaded the land, they ended up saving her family. She and her family, they say, hey, put a scarlet a red scarf outside your window and we'll know that's your house and we won't attack it. And that's what happened. So her whole family got saved from the attack, okay, from the invasion. All right. So that's as far as people know the story. The problem is, and this is where I started teaching people, the problem with the entire story that you've been hearing it since you've been going to church from little kids about Rahab the harlot. Everybody has tagged her as Rahab the harlot. She is a prostitute. That's the end of her story publicly. What they did not know is that what God wanted me to share with people, stop looking over people like they don't matter. Because what they're currently doing don't mean that that's always what they're going to be doing. You don't know who they are. They're just in a situation right now, and people are judging them based on the situation they are in right now, not realizing they are my child, just like you are. So stop looking over people like they don't matter. So what I did was I did an investigative history into Rahab the harlot. And if you go to Matthew chapter 1 and start reading through the lineage of Jesus, you'll find out she was Jesus's great grandmother, because she ended up stopped being a harlot. She got married to Boaz, and people who read the Bible know that Boaz ended up marrying Ruth. Okay. And Ruth ended up having a child, and it led to the lineage of King David. And from King David, it led to the lineage of Jesus. And who did this all start with? Rahab the harlot, who ended up getting married. And then from that lineage, she ended up being the great grandmother of Jesus. So who would have ever thought that? And all we do is stop the story of Rahab the harlot. Where did your story stop? When people look at you, oh yeah, you used to do this, and and they in their heads, they're judging you on what you used to do, and they're not paying attention to the potential of what you can do now. Uh-oh. Y'all hold on one second.
Hey.
Mommy, what's that?
System is now disarmed.
I don't know. They're super sensitive now, huh? You look cute. I don't care what nobody say. I love my wife. I think she's fine, boy. Woo. Anyway, let me. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna turn the camera. Come on back over here. Duh. Camera. Come back. There we go. All right. Are we back?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool. Sorry about that. So anyway, let me get off of this because that's not what this was about, but it just touched my heart because again, people look past me. They did me the same way. I went from being a multimillionaire, speaking on stages, doing events, and was on radio, did interviews, people interviewed me and all these different things. I'm just people walking up, man, I can't wait to be like you. And this now I'm buying new houses, buying new cars, wardrobes, you name it. I had a custom built house that I built from the ground up, 7,000 square feet. My shoe closet alone had about 300 pairs of shoes. My belt wall, I had about, because I was really gaudy back then, I had a belt wall. Who does that? I had a belt wall with about 50 belts because everything had to match. So I would go to my shoe room and pick up my shoes, and then I would pick up my belts, then I'll pick up my hat, and I had about 50 or 60 watches. So my watch had to match, my belt had to match, my shoes had to match, my hat had to match. I was clean. Man, I had a 20-something foot closet with just for my closet. It was like the length of it was like 20 or 30 feet long, and that was just my closet. And then you go past the shoe room, go to the other side, and my wife's closet was just as big, okay? Because we have built the house to have the closet built in the shape of a U, and it curved around the entire bathroom itself. So you had the bathroom, but then when you go to the closets, her closet was over here, mine was over here. You go in and it was down this way and curved around that way. It was nice. It was nice. And then when I lost everything, they treated me as if I was one, just like this. People were looking past me like I didn't even matter. This is the same person who spoke on stages, was on television, all the same person. And as soon as I hit rock bottom, guess what? No phone calls. People turn their backs on me. Even people who I bought houses and let them stay in them, brand new homes, built from the ground up. And I let them stay in my home to protect their family. I hit my rock bottom. Guess where they were? Nowhere. That's why this touches my heart. Amen. All right, let's move out of that because that's not what this was for. Any other questions, sir?
So everything that you just named, the scanner and all that, that's for $29 a month.
Yeah, just go to loveyourcharts.com, loveyourcharts.com, or you can click on the link right here. Yeah, I keep it dirt cheap because, again, it's not really about the money. It's about what your guys are helping me do. And I guarantee you're not going to get something like this somewhere else because I'm a part of many other groups. And I promise you, for their stuff that ain't even half, it don't even come with half this stuff. They charge a whole lot more money. But, you know, it's business. I get it. But I just did this because realistically, it was just something quick and simple for me so that I just literally, and I told you guys when I was doing charting, marking up my charts, I told you guys many times my story about I was literally neglecting my wife because my weekends, I was doing nothing but just hours upon hours upon hours upon hours, just marking on my charts. And you know what was stupid, brother? You want to know what was stupid about that? Which they don't tell you, which is why you never hear me preaching marking up charts. I will never teach that. You can do reviews over the weekend, but here's why it doesn't even matter. Because when the market opens on Sunday, the market, most people who mark up charts, they're marking up to supply and demand zone, support and resistance levels. What are they looking for? Reversals. Reversals don't typically happen until midweek. So all that work you did, it was for nothing.
Wow, right.
That's why your uncle never preaches that. Nobody ever taught me that. I neglected my wife for a long time for absolutely nothing. And I marked up my charts. I would say, okay, I think I'm ready for the markets to open. I'm all excited. I'll open up my account, fund my account, put money in there. And within Sunday, before the day was over, number one, I was over leveraging. But number two, price would break right on through all them levels. And I had to wipe everything away, hours upon hours. And I got frustrated every weekend. Frustrated. Why is it not respecting my levels? Well, nobody told me that typically price is going to go in a continuation pattern until midweek. So as long as you drawing up all these support and resistance levels, you're wasting your time. So then I designed this so that, hey, on midweek, okay, I can look. So that's all it was. Okay.
I appreciate it. I thank you.
Yes,
I appreciate you for being real because I done been on some other stuff and they don't be as real as you like this. So I appreciate it.
I appreciate you coming. Like I said, I'm here every Wednesday, unless I'm on vacation or something. I'm here every Wednesday. I'm just here to help. Just trying to make y'all's journey easier. Nothing's perfect in this trading business, but I'm just here to kind of give a little bit of guidance so that it'd be easier for you guys. Unlike what it was for me, it was really tough, really, really tough. And I don't want that for you guys if I can help. Okay. Yes, sir.
I appreciate it. I found you on that podcast, so that's why I'm here. So.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, with Calvin.
Yeah, with Calvin. Yeah. Nephew. That's my nephew, Calvin. Yes, sir. I call him nephew. But I call him nephew. Yeah, he interviewed some of the top people. I was really honored, by the way, when he reached out to me because he had reached out to me. He said, "Hey, Uncle, I wanted to know, would you be okay with doing an interview with me?" And I said, "Yeah, that's fine." And so we did the interview. And after the interview, he said, "Man, I didn't even know whether you would do it or not." I said, "Why wouldn't I, man? I ain't like that." And then he said, "Man, you got so many people who like what you were talking about. Would you be okay doing a second interview?" I said, "Sure, not a problem." So I was honored. Later on, I found out from my son that he said, "I couldn't believe you got interviewed on this show. He's one of my favorite people that I follow. And he interviewed you. Oh my God." My son said that.
Wow.
So yeah.
Wow. It's a blessing.
Yeah, man. But let me leave you with this. Let me say this one thing for you guys. And this is for all of you guys. Movies are made. I just watched Jennifer Lopez movie, Unstoppable. Very, very good movie. I suggest everybody watch it. Why? You will never be interviewed. People will never, let me rephrase this. I want you guys to really get this. And if we say, if you never come back again, I need you to hear me. People go to an orange tree, not for the tree itself, before it's fruit. Until you have something of value, stop expecting followers. I'll repeat myself. Until you have something of value, stop chasing followers. Many of these movies that you're watching of people who are triumphant, such as Unstoppable, the reason why that movie was made with some of the top actors, Jennifer Lopez was just one of several who, Don Cheadle was in there and other people. Why did they make that movie? Because it was a young man who, when all was against him, he didn't quit. And people make movies and monuments of people who conquered failure. So until you go through a breaking point in your life and you still keep going, people will not talk about you. Because why? You're just like them. When they hit struggling points, they quit. If you keep struggling and you quit, you're just like them. And nobody wants to interview a person who quits all the time. How many movies have been made about people who quit versus those who wanted to quit, but they kept on going anyhow? Who gets interviewed? People who just wanted Q Banks. You guys look at all these people on Calvin's channel, Q Banks and all these others. Okay? They wanted to quit, just like you, but they didn't. And they get interviewed. I wanted to quit, but I didn't. I got interviewed. How many people who quit get interviewed? So what's the key? Don't quit. Find another way. Find some other way to go about it. You may even have to find something else to do that may fit you better. And it may not be trading, but just don't quit on life and don't quit on yourself. Amen? All right, I'll let you go, sir.
Yes, sir. Listen, I appreciate that.
Thank you.
You have a
You
good
guys,
day.
you too. All right, let me get to these last hands. Liz, go ahead and unmute. By the way, nobody would even, Liz, let me say this real quick. Do you know nobody would even be in Super Easy? Because when I was 1 week away from being homeless and they came to my 7,000 square foot house, the sheriff's knocked on the door. You got 1 week to move, sir. Who was interviewing me then? Who even cared what my name was? Nobody. Nobody. And if I would have let my story end right there, we all wouldn't be sitting here having this chat about charts today. I just had to find a different way. And it used to be real estate. Now I'm doing charts. So you may have to change how you're going about, but just don't quit. That's the only thing. All right, go ahead with your question list.
Okay, good morning, Uncle P.
Good morning.
Super Easy family. Good morning, and good morning,
Good morning. Good to hear
Donna.
your voice.
And I wanted to thank Donna for all her help. It's amazing. I'm ready for the oil and the silver trades now. Thank you.
Yes.
Okay. So
By the way,
Uncle P,
have you been getting them? Have you been getting them?
oh, I haven't even checked yet. I was in class.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Because I know
check
we were
once I
5
get
and
out
0
of
so far. When I checked yesterday, we were 5 and 0 for 237 pips. By the way, if you guys, we open up 5 more spots for those who want to be part of the free trial period for the gold. I'm sorry, for the silver and oil trades. We're already 237 pips up last time I checked on yesterday. 5 wins, no losses. So if you, and these are free, you don't have to sign up for anything. Just go to send the email to super easy super easy simplicity dot. Let me rephrase it. Super E as in echo, Z as in zebra, simplicity at gmail.com. Super easy simplicity at gmail.com. And just submit your first name, last name, and your broker account. We'll get you registered. You'll receive an email with the next instructions, and it's all free. You don't have to pay for anything, nothing to sign up for. It's just a 2-week free trial. We're trying to see if this is going to be a viable additional option for you guys to have more rental property, which I call, that's what I call this, rental properties, streams of income through the oil markets and through the silver markets. Okay. All right. Go ahead.
Okay. Well, yeah, I didn't look at it yet because I'm here in New Orleans and we literally had a whiteout yesterday.
Wow. Yeah.
We are covered in snow. We can't go anywhere. So that kind of took my attention a little bit, but I wanted to ask about the sexy analyst in the settings you had spoken about with the
Mhm.
inner and outer, um, the inner and outer lines.
Yep. By the way,
And
before I
I
show you,
wanted to go back to the CHFGPY on the 4-hour.
okay, hold on. Switch JPY. I'm literally on that
Yes,
chart
sir.
right now. What did I
Okay.
tell y'all the slant pattern's gonna do? What did I tell y'all slant pattern's gonna do?
Popped up,
What do you see this? What is
going back
literally
up.
happening in front of your face?
Hmm.
I called it before it happened, and it's happening right now. Look at that. See? So now on the
Okay.
4-hour, let me answer your first question on the 4-hour. What did I tell you? Look at this. What is it doing? Retesting.
Yeah. Retesting. Hmm.
Told y'all it was going to do that. And we talked about it right before it happened. And look at what it's doing, literally. So I told you, the only time I'm going to pay attention to it, I'm waiting till this evening, till it hits right up in that area right there. And then I'll be looking to hop in it for a down. Let me turn this white so you can see it. I literally told y'all, and it's happening right in
Hmm.
front of our eyes. So now going to the 4-hour time frame, you see that's where it is. So now when it gets up there, yeah, I'm looking to get in, and I'm waiting until this evening. I typically like to wait until around 10 or 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time if I'm going to trade in the evening. 10 to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is where I look to get in this trade because I anticipated to pull back. Why? Because it gave that slant pattern. Slant patterns always pop up. Slant, pop up. It's doing the same thing. So I'll just wait. And I put my stop loss because I'm not going to use a big stop on this. I'll probably put it right about
Hmm.
there. That's where I put my stop, right above the zone on the 15 minute. Yeah. So if it breaks and keeps going, I don't want to be in the trade anyway. That's the whole point. Okay.
Right.
So if it comes up here, and I'll just show you the setup sis that I'm going to be looking for.
Okay.
And that'll be about 25 pips. I can even move it up to here, which is the average daily range high. Let's see where that would put me. That would put me 30 something pips. But the truth of the matter is, yeah, I'll do about 20 or 30 pips stop above this entry point because if it keeps on going, what did that tell me? I don't want to be in this trade anyway. You know what I mean? Get me out. But if you're going to
Right.
stop right here and respect it just like you did here, 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 and here, if you're going to respect this resistance level, then yeah, I'll probably use about a 20, 25 pip stop. And, that'll put me right about there. And as long as you're respecting that, we good. Because sometimes they may wick up a bit and take people out before dropping. But if you continue to go, then I need to be out of this. Now, here's the point. Why am I waiting till this evening? Because if by this evening,
Hmm.
this thing right here shows that it has already broken through this level right here. Okay. So if it breaks through this box right here, my demand box, yeah,
Right.
supply zone. If it breaks above my supply zone already, by the time I'm looking at it, guess what? I don't want to be in the trade anyway. Get me out. I'm not even going to take it because that means there's something else that's going on. So if it breaks above this supply zone before I even look at it this evening, then I don't need to be in the trade. I'm good.
Okay.
Okay, makes sense.
That
Now
was
let's go.
that was my first question. You already
Good.
answered it.
Now let's go to the settings, and you can
Right.
screenshot if you want. This
And
is
my
mine.
question about that is on the inner trend, what's the best time frame that works with? It just happened. So this particular pair, they were lined up together. You see, 4
Mhm.
and 15.
Yes. So for an example, right here, let's click. All right. And
See how they're different now?
yes, exactly my point.
Mhm.
That's the point. That's why I said when I went to school for trend lines, for that course on trend lines only, they were doing this. They were showing the outer trend lines, the inner trend lines, and this and that. And I was like, man, that's a lot of. It's already enough marking up trend lines just from regular. But then when you have to add in the outer and inner trend lines, that's way too much work. So I built it into the sexy so that in one click. Now, the higher the time frame, see, you see how this is showing, hey, this was the overall trend. See the big ones with the fingers, the thumbs up?
Yes,
Hey, you can see the overall trend on the 4-hour is what? What is the overall trend?
downtrend.
Down. But when you kind of go into the micro level, like in the 1-hour time frame, you can see within the bigger trend, there's a smaller trend that was happening called a pullback. And that's where you see that this is where it was happening. And that's why you have these showing in a different direction from the master trend. So you got the main trend, and then you got the mini trend, Big Daddy trend, and the kid trend. Okay. And the kid trend is always going to be on shorter time frames. And you see that this
Right.
pullback, that's what this was. You can see it on the 4 hour. That's where this will come in handy. So this is just showing you the master trend. When you go down to the lower time frame, now you can see the inner trend was showing, hey, this is a pullback, and you could have played this trend, inner trend line, which I did. You see when it hit on here, hit that support, I got in for a buy, and I got out when it hit to the top. That's all I did. I just played it that way. So that's the use of the inner and outer trend lines. It just shows you divergence and convergence. Okay, so like here, you see they're converging right here. See the outer trend line came across, and the inner trend line, red, was right here. Now there was a meeting point right there, and that's where you could have took it for a couple of pips to the downside.
Okay, so the main trend and the inner trend sort of like shows you what is happening in the lower time frames, probably the 1 hour, the 30-minute, and the 15, right?
All right, look at it like that. Look at it like this. All right. If it's Thanksgiving, what do you expect to have at a Thanksgiving dinner?
A turkey.
A turkey, a turkey, a turkey. So it's Thanksgiving. We all expect there to be turkey. Okay. That's the main thing. There's always going to be somebody having some turkey. But what else comes with it? That's where this inner trend line is telling, hey, but there's other things that comes with it. And this tell you, hey, there's more going on the inside of that just Thanksgiving dinner. So there's going to be some cornbread, there's going to be some muffins, there's going to be this and that.
Right
so this inner trend line is so this inner trend line is telling you the inner workings of what's going on the inside of the main trend. What else is going on inside? So when I'm looking at this gives me a bird's eye view right here. The inner trend lines will start telling you what's happening within the master trend. And you can see, hey, does that make sense?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's what the inner trend lines do. That's why they call them inner trend lines. They're inside telling you, okay, is there a pullback happening on this main trend, or is it in the same direction? So these trend lines, when it was going down, that means right here, this was in the downtrend, and what you would have saw at this time, these inner trend lines would have also showed you, hey, within the master trend, this is also going down. It's the same thing. Now here it's saying, hey, this is going against the trend. It's a pullback going on the inside of the master trend. That's what the inner trend lines are telling. It's telling you the inside scoop on the main story. Everybody hears the main story. Oh, yeah. But with this, it tells you the inside story. What else is going on the inside of this? So every time you had these pullbacks, like right here and here, and such as what we see here, that's where the inner trend lines is telling, hey, this is what's going on inside. This is an inside scoop. Go ahead and play this right here.
Got it. Okay.
That's it. Okay.
Okay. And I had a third question, Uncle P, about that same chart on the 4 hour again. So on the 4 hour, you had a resistance dot that showed up, which price is pulling back up to it now?
That is correct. You see it right here. It's right in front of us. Yeah.
Right. So the main objective is if sell setups present themselves at that resistance dot, you can take it if it sets up. No, don't do any buys, just take sells.
That's exactly the point. That's exactly the point. Why? Because the master trend is saying that it's going down. So let's take a look at what happened right here. See if we
that's what I wanted to ask about. Thank you.
Yep, I'm already on it.
Okay.
I'm gonna unlock my charts. Look at the arrow. Look at my line.
Right.
Look at the
That's
resistance.
all those dots.
How perfect was this trade? And this is why you're getting more pips on the way down sometimes. That was 200 and basically 250 pips on the down.
Right.
Why? Because it was in the same direction as the trend. which is what I was telling Hamid. I was telling him the same thing. Just play the arrows in the same direction as the master trend, and you're making a lot of pips because you're not fighting against the flow of the water. What's the fish that swims upstream? It's a salmon, or salmon
Salmon.
swims. Salmon swims against the stream, right?
Yes.
Okay, so you see, when they swim, they have a hard time, and this is why the bears get to catch them. The bears cannot catch them if they were decided, hey, we're not going to swim upstream. We're going to swim in the same direction as the water flow. Would it make it harder for the bears to catch them?
Yes, if they were going in the direction of the flow.
And they're
Okay.
going in the direction of the flow. So here's the question. The bear is the market's taking our money. Wouldn't it be harder for the market to take your money if you're swimming in the same direction as the trend?
Yes, sir. That's right. Okay.
There you go. There you go.
All right. I'm putting that one in my journal, that analogy. That's awesome.
There you go. This is the one thing we need to start changing this year that we didn't do last year, people. Change the way you're approaching it. Don't fight the market. The first thing I need to do is find out where's the direction of the master trend.
Mm-hmm.
If I am going to play it back like I did this, why did I take my money? Because I already knew this is not, I didn't even expect it to run that far. I'm happy it did. I got 121 pips off that thing. I'm very happy. But that was from here. I didn't even take this arrow because I wasn't sure. I wasn't sure. So that's why I said, even if I do this, wait for the pullback. This is a low. This created a higher low. I'm going to take the higher low. I'm not even trying to find the bottoms and tops. I'm just trying to, what direction are you really going? Okay, prove it to me. Prove it to me. And I said, okay, I see that you're up temporarily. Pull back. Stopped right here, created a higher low. Okay, I'll hop in here, but am I going to hold this train to? I'm holding my train, Uncle P. You hold your train all you want. Is Uncle P going to do it? Let me check this. No, because what is the master trend? What is the direction flowing? Down. So he told me, get what you can get and get the heck out.
Right.
Because you're going, if you're in a buy trade, brother, hey, guess what? The master trend is saying what direction? Down. So yeah, you can play it, but don't hold it. You're fighting the market.
And that's what I wanted to say. This trading system works very well with this choppy market. It's hard to lose trades if we follow the rules here.
That's right. Just go to the whole point, guys, is go to the 4 hours first, find out what this story telling you. And if you don't know what the direction is, that means you don't even need to be trading up here. That's my favorite pair. It ain't my favorite. If I don't know what you're talking about, that's like sitting here trying to talk to a person. They just babbling. And you, what the heck? Have you ever talked to somebody, Liz, and they just going on and on? You'd be like, you ain't saying you being polite because I know you're a nice person. You're being polite, but you sitting there saying in your head, and you smiling, being polite, and you're like, oh, yeah. And they talking, and you'd be like, I don't know what the heck they talking about. You ever talk to somebody?
Yeah.
About. And that's the point. When you're in these things, if you're looking at this 4 hour and you just like for an example, if you were stuck in this here, you're like, what the heck are you talking about? Oh no, let me just move over to something I can understand. And that's exactly how you trade. Go to the 4 hour first. When these arrows come out, say, do I understand where you're going? If I don't understand where you're going, I can just wait for another trade. It's not that important. There's going to be many opportunities to trade. These arrows will pop out every single day, several times a day, especially if you got the scanner on multiple pairs. There's going to be arrows all the time. Your goal is I only want to take the ones that make sense to me. And how do I make sense? Go to the 4 hour, see if it makes sense. If it does, take it. If it doesn't, leave it alone. Simple.
And Uncle P, and I wanted to say, I'm so glad you highlighted that in yellow, because now with the mouse pad, I was able to identify that pattern.
Call it. That's what is it?
Better. The mouse
what is it?
Pad.
Yep.
Hold on, just a minute. I got my little bullish rectangle.
That's exactly what it is. Bullish rectangle. In other words, goes up, consolidates, breakout. Okay. Same thing here. Consolidated, broke out, and then the trend changed.
Okay? Right. Because even though I probably wouldn't trade it with it being so choppy, at least while it's doing all the chopping, I could actually identify the pattern on the mouse pad in anticipation for my trade up.
But even still, I don't care if it's choppy anymore. Why? Because what is the direction of the trend?
Up.
So every time there's an up arrow opportunity, price is bouncing off of my supports. Do I feel okay taking it?
Yes, sir.
Of course, because it's still in the same direction. Now, trying to sell against it, you got a problem because I don't know where you're going. But on the buy, I still know that this is going up. So every time, look, came here, what did it do? Shot up,
Came right
came
on
down,
up.
shot up, came down, shot up, came. See, I ain't got to be afraid of it.
Right. Even if it's just a little 1-on-1, you can just take
1-on-one.
that.
A little quickie,
Right.
20, 30 pips, get in, get out. Why? Because I know where you're going. The whole point is go to the 4-hour and find out where are you going. And when
Yes,
I
sir.
understand where you're going, I know where I need to be going. And I'm only going to take trends in the direction of the 4-hour because I understand the 4-hour. If I'm on this 4-hour and I don't understand what you're talking about, I'm just not going to take the trades. That's it. It's that simple, guys.
Okay.
And
Thank you,
here's
Uncle
the
P.
point, sis. And let me say this is critical. Therefore, are we really focusing on trying to catch the tops and bottoms of these trends?
Now
No.
I am.
I don't really care. I just need to know because here's the point. As long as I know the direction of the trend, then the trend becomes my friend. But if I don't know if
Right.
this end of this trend and it's about to reverse, that's where the 415 strategy comes in. If it fits the 415, okay, take it. But if you don't know, just leave it alone. Wait for these higher highs and higher lows. And because that means the
Right.
trend has already been established. Like right here. See,
Mhm.
this was the top. When it came down, look at this. Look at this. Look at this right here. Is this lower than this?
Yes, sir.
Then what is this now? Is this an uptrend or downtrend?
We can establish downtrend now.
Okay. So then every
Okay.
time you hit these yellows, I'm taking you. Hit the level, yellow, I'm selling. Hit the yellow,
Got
I'm
it.
selling. Hit the yellow, I'm 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 selling. Why? Because you have established now. I don't have to worry about catching the top. The top has already been established. So now I'm waiting for the next step to get in. So instead of me trying to catch the top step or the bottom step, I'll just wait for the next one. Because now
So
you
many
have
opportunities.
proven to me what the trend really is. The trend is my friend now. Okay.
Okay.
Because too many times we're trying to catch the tops and bottoms of these things and they're going right on past. Like for those who's trading in the futures market and they're trying to reverse trade, you're getting your oh God, you're getting your tailbone ate up. Oh, they're getting ate
Right.
up. Because the NASDAQ and the S&P 500 and the US the Dow, what's happening is Trump came into office, he's bringing in some new stuff and it's causing the markets to go in a terrible direction that none of us seen it coming. None of us. Okay. So now that we know that this is the better way for you guys, this is a new way we're going to start playing it just to be on the safe side. We don't want to catch the tops and bottoms. We're just going to check the 4-hour and get in on the appropriate dots in the same direction. Okay. Or the same arrow. Okay.
Perfect. Yes.
You're right.
Thank you, Uncle P.
You're welcome. Thank you very much. All right, Reg, you're going to be the last person because we're well over time. Ooh, sorry, guys. Sorry about that. Let's go to Reg. Go ahead and unmute. You'll be the last person.
How you doing, Uncle P?
I am doing well, brother. And I'm sorry for keeping you guys so late and talking about things that just, had nothing to do with charts. I apologize about that.
It's all good. It's all good. Yeah. All right. So yeah, I'm just enjoying this new mouse pad. It's a very long one. Yeah, only $15.
I can't believe they charge, bro. Somebody crazy for that, bro. I would have been charging $50 or something. I mean, it's so valuable to traders. I don't know why they charge them, but it is what I just. By the way, guys, Rich, if you don't mind, I'm gonna explain what I just did because I just did something. Because if I'm going to use the triple arrows, because it is an option in your system. What I did was I shrunk the size of it because typically right here. I'm sorry. Let me show you guys this, Rich, and then I'll take your question, sir. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to cut you off. Right here, when I'm using the single arrow on the sizing, I usually use a 10. But if I'm going to use the actual option and you drop down, just double click and you have an option. Do you want no arrow? Do you want one arrow or do you want the triple arrow? So if I'm going to use the triple arrows, then it asks you what arrow size you want to use. I just reduced it by half because I don't need it that big since I'm using the triples. And so I made it at 5. And then I click out of this stuff. And then I went to my template and immediate because I'm making a change. Anytime you make a change, you go here. They're going to ask, do you want to save it? You already have it in there. Do you want to replace it? I click yes. And there we go. So every time I go in, I'll have my triple arrows, but they'll be small. They won't be so big. So that's just what I did. All right, go ahead, sir. I'm sorry.
Okay. All right, let's see. All right. Might we take a look at AC on the sexy analyst, please, sir?
Sure, ACAD. Yep.
Because I see what could be the perfect setup.
Mm-hmm.
Because in my end, I see like 4 confirmations. I see a daily dot. I see my yellow resistance. I see
Mm-hmm.
a red trend line, and my hot zone is orange. So that's because when it gets warm like that, I'm thinking sell.
Sure. So what are we going to wait for now?
I'm just I'm just gonna wait for my arrow to show up.
You got it. That's the last thing. I got to wait for my arrow on the 15-minute or the 5. It's up to you.
And on
But
top of that, and when the arrow shows up, everything has to line up in conjunction with the arrow, right?
that's correct. But watch this, Rich. Look at this right here. Look at this right here. Okay. See that arrow came in? Here's
Yes.
what I'm trying to explain to you guys, because what you're looking for is a reversal. Okay. What is the direction of the trend itself right now?
Up.
What did this arrow say to do?
It said buy.
Now it's 43 pips you could have made this morning. So here's the question. Yes, I see it's at resistance. So you really want to take a trade? That's fine. You can, because I was looking at this. I was looking at the same thing, by the way. So you're correct on your analysis. We're hoping that it will respect this level. Okay. So therefore, when the arrow comes out to sell, yes, you can take it, but I would not use a normal lot size first, because I don't know if you're going to stop right here or pop through and go up to this level. Okay, that's the question. Are you going to respect this and turn around, or are you going to break through? So what I'm trying to encourage you guys to do different this year than what we did before, instead of trying to call these tops and these bottoms, this will be the first time it's reversing from this level. So therefore, yeah, you can take it, but don't use a big lot size. Now, if you come down and pull back and give me yellow dots at another level here, oh, that's where I'm gonna hit you, because now I know officially this is the official top. Does that
Okay. So
make
that's
sense?
a good idea. So
Yes, sir. That's the difference.
well,
This
I
time,
might just tiptoe and might limp in on
that's
this one.
correct. You got it. You got it. Because this is where traders across the globe are getting hit, because the truth of the matter is there's a lot of influence on the markets. In other words, there's a lot of we meaning retail traders, we look at price action. That's what we look at, price action. But what we fail to understand is that there's an action, we're taking action on the price, but there's something behind the scenes influencing it, such as political situations, policies, governments, government deals are going on. Certain things are happening that we don't get these reports, and they're starting to heavily influence the markets. Okay, heavily, beyond normal. We don't get the privilege of knowing what those are. So if we're trying to catch these and saying, "Oh yeah, that's going to be the top," and then the thing breaks through, now we're upset, rightfully so, because this normally we would have been, but because there's so much happening with the new president coming in and all these different things, this is why the market is way off balance. It's way off balance, and it's hard to interpret whether this is the top for a reversal or not. So how do we avoid that? I'm really not even looking for tops and bottoms anymore. I'm just going to go with the flow. So if the 4 hour is in a flow, then that's where I'm going to go. Okay. I'm going to
Okay.
repeat that again. You guys write that in your notes. If the 4 hours in the flow, then that's where I want to go. Now, will I take a reversal trade here if you offer it to me? Sure. Sure, I will. Will I go heavy in the paint on it? Probably not. Probably
Okay.
not. So for an example, let's take a look at this. Let's go to the 5 minute. Okay, 5 minute says let's go ahead for a buy. Watch this. And by the way, I got to be careful because this is connected to my prop firm account, so I can't play around. So,
Go for
all right. So now even my prop firm accounts just got this trade. Watch this. Where am I going to put my stop? He was about right there. Put that zone. But me personally, since this is just playing around with y'all, I'm gonna put it right there. Okay. And then I'm going to put my take profit right in the demand zone, right about to that level right here. See it right there? See that level?
Yeah.
Expected over here. All right, that's where I'm going to be at this trade. So now, if you truly are going down, because I do see you, I see you, baby. I see you right there. I see you. And that's me playing that off the 5-minute time frame. I'll put that right there. Let's go ahead and get greedy. Okay, let's go right there. So now I'm in this trade. Why? I see it. Everything lined up. Looks real pretty. I even can drop down to the 5-minute because I like it. There is an arrow there, right? So now we set.
Yeah.
Okay, we set. That's what I would do. I like it on the 1 hour, to be honest. This is really pretty. I love it on the 1 hour. But because see, we've seen that it went down, slant pattern. I can't tell you preach this enough to y'all. Look what happened. Ooh, Jesus, don't mess with that.
Went back up.
Yeah, there you go, brother. I told y'all they do it every time. Told y'all they do it. Look at that. Slant patterns always pop up, and that's exactly what it did. It popped back up, retested this top. So let me do this. Here's an appropriate place to put my stop. If this was the actual top, should I have my stop loss right there? No.
One more time.
All right. Where's this candle? Let's take a look at this previous candle that was right here. See that candle? Came all the way up here.
Yep.
But watch this. I'm on the 1 hour time frame. Watch this. Follow me. Follow me.
Okay. Hit it and then comes back.
This candle. See this candle?
Yes.
Okay. Where's my red zone on the 1 hour? Right at the top of this. So where should I be putting my stop? Right above the red zone because it's saying this is the safety zone. So even if it comes back and tests again overnight, long as it doesn't break above this zone, you're going to be all right, Uncle P. If it breaks above this zone, you don't want to be in it anyway, because the truth is, on the 4 hour time frame, this is still in an uptrend. You don't want to be trying to hold this long, okay? So the bottom line is, yeah, we good. We platinum. We platinum so far. This is a trade I'm literally in on my prop firm. So again, trust me, I ain't trying to lose money on that thing, baby. But showing you guys what I'm looking at. Yeah, this looks pretty nice. My zone is red. My stop loss is above, a little bit above the zone. So it's only 22 pips. No big risk at all. 22 pip stop. Looks very nice. Looks like a double top right here. Scary part is I do see that, hey, it's against the supply zone. Daily dot, which you can get with the advanced membership and the live trade sessions. It's against the upper trend, and it's going against my resistance dot. Let me open this up so y'all can see. Okay, multiple confirmations, like Reggie said. Trend line, check, check. You go there, you tested it here, you tried to retest. Okay, you ain't make it. Resistance dot. Okay, supply zone, check, check. Okay, that's a lot of confirmation. So you can go to the 15-minute, or you can even, for safety, you can go to the 5-minute. And we do have an arrow. Okay, there we go. There we go.
I just
stop loss. Yep. That's why I'm saying a small position. I ain't worried about it. Small, small, small. Especially because, again, when I'm taking trades to trade to my prop firm accounts, I take it off of this demo and then it goes over to them. So I'm really ain't trying to play around. But yeah, this is it. So now the 22 pip risk, that's it. If you come up above this level, I need to be out of this trade anyway, because that means something else is going on, and it would make me understand. See, this is a risky trade. Why? Because what was the overall trend, Reggie?
The overall trend is up.
There you go. Now you see where the problem has been. Everybody's trying to catch these tops, but sometimes it doesn't. The top don't stop. That's the problem. That's the problem. That's what makes these risky. And so I don't like taking too many of these anymore because I don't know. See, look at this. Everybody who thought this was the top and this was going to drop, look what it did. It stopped and it's coming right back up again. So watch this. Would it have been better to take a sell trade here, even with an arrow, or to have waited till it hits right here and look at these pips you could have made today? Today. Look at this arrow.
Okay.
Arrow came in. See, this is what I meant. Arrow came in, look. And this is a trade somebody was asking about. You're already up 17 pips on this bounce. Why? Because you took it in the same direction as the overall trend. We're not trying to go against, oh, is this the top of the trend? That's what we're doing actually on this trade. That's what makes this scary, because we're trying to say, is this the top of the trend? I don't
No,
know.
that doesn't look the top. I thought the top was like where the daily dot is at least.
That doesn't matter either. That's the point. That doesn't matter, because how do we know if the market is not going to be heavily manipulated and something comes out where Trump just signs a new executive order and price, boom, I'm still want to keep going up. Boom. Why? Because what is the overall trend, Reg?
The overall trend is up.
So we just took a trade. Is it in the same direction of the trend or against it?
It's against it.
So is this dangerous?
Could be.
That is correct. It is dangerous.
That's why I limped. That's why I limped.
And see, for me, and I'm gonna close this out because I am not limping in. This one is actually on my prop firm account with real money. So I'm gonna close it out. But I'm just showing you that's what I would do. I would take a small position just in case. But the truth of the matter is, it's much safer to take trades like this. Every time I know exactly what this trend is. Ray Charles can see that this is a what? Uptrend.
Uptrend.
Okay, anybody can see this is an uptrend. So every time it hit this white, you just taking the trade in that direction. Okay.
Right.
Okay? These arrows, listen to 5 minute. Look at that. Boom, shot up. Look at this. Boom, shot up. Go to the 15 minute. See? Boom, going up. See? There you go. Because I'm going in the same direction. I ain't fighting you. I ain't fighting you. I'm just waiting for you to get on these whites and I'll pop you. Get on the white, pop you. Get on the white, pop you.
It doesn't matter how many of those dots show up, because according to this trade that I just limped in, I only have one resistance dot. Can I wait for like another one?
I don't care. One resistance dot is good enough for me.
Okay.
That's my point. So if it was me personally feeling comfortable about this, this is still in the uptrend. It hasn't proven to me. See, I'm taking this at a risk because this may be the top, but it may not. How do you prove to me that you are truly changing directions? Because you create the first lower high. That means you created a high, you drop down, come back up, and that high point is lower than the original yellow dot. Okay? It's a dot game. So if they come back down, come back up, and you stop right here, it's officially a change of direction because you're creating lower highs. So it's all about the higher highs and the lower lows. Okay? Higher highs, higher lows. Same thing here. Every time you hit this yellow, what's the direction of this trend, Reg?
Still
right
going
here.
up. Which one?
No. Right here.
Hold on a second. Hold on.
Look at this. This one right here.
Oh, down.
Yeah, that was a downtrend. Anybody could see that was a downtrend, right? So that means every time you hit these yellow dots, boom, I'm gonna sell you. 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 Every time, this just give me endless opportunities because I know exactly the direction of the trend. When I know the direction of the trend, I can just play these all day long. I ain't trying to catch the top and bottom. I don't need to. I just wait for you to prove to me the direction. And then after that, I play you. Look at how many times this was heading up. Look, you had one opportunity, 2, 3. You already had 3 on this one. Every time you hit these whites, I'm going to take you. Every time you're in the downtrend, every time you hit these yellows, I'm going to take you. And I'm not worried about it because I know where you're going. I know where you're going. I'm not fighting. I ain't worried about tops and bottoms. I don't know. I'll take a light position on it. I don't know. Because anything can happen, and then you, boom, you break up out of here and you keep on going. So I don't know. This may be. The problem is, I was talking to, I have a white guy named Mark. And I say white, and I'm not being racist because I have friends. My brother-in-law, his name is Mark. He's a ENT, ear, nose, and throat doctor, Dr. Mark. And Dr. Mark is a black guy, but I have another friend. His name is Mark. He's one of my closest friends, and I've known him for over 15 or 16 years. We used to be next door neighbors when we lived around the corner from Deion Sanders. We used to be next door neighbors. And so he and I are still close friends to this very day. And he and I were talking about the markets. Now he's into real estate. He manages millions and millions and millions of dollars worth of real estate for wealthy investors, and he owns properties himself. Okay. By the way, this is still falling, so it's still cute. Okay. But he and I were talking about markets because he understands markets as well. He don't trade heavily in them, but he was talking about, yeah, he said something funny, Rich, that made me laugh so hard. He said, this euro, these pairs, and we was talking about pairs that used to trend well and ones that don't. He said maybe the Japanese yen, maybe, he said maybe, that will work. But he said, man, you trade some of these euro pairs. So he said some of these pairs will have you going to see your therapist. I said, Mark, you sure is right about that. He said, because they're all over the place. They're not doing what they used to do. He said, you used to be able to get in these things and hold it for a long time, and the trend was just running smooth. He said, but now it's just all over the place. I said, yeah, you're right. So that's why I'm telling you guys, we have to change up our strategy this year because the markets are not what they used to be. Okay, so what we're looking for is these higher highs and higher lows on a 4-hour time frame, and we can hop in on them because now we truly know what the trend is. If you don't know what this trend is, then don't fight it. That's what I'm suggesting. So for this year, Reg, normally, before, yeah, we used to take these really, really nice, and they used to respect it. Right now, they're not respecting it. So the bottom line is, I'm looking more for trades that are going in the same direction as a trend than I am counter trending this year. That makes sense?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm more looking for trades that I take a glance at the 4-hour, whatever direction you're going, I prefer to take those arrows than I would trying to find, hey, this looks like it's going to reverse. Those are going to be more dangerous this year. Okay. So just take them. I'm not telling you not to take them, but don't take as many. Try to find the ones that's going in the same direction. That's the trend, and you'll be better off. Let me show you one more, and then we're done. Let's take a look at this one right here. How do we know? Because here's the bottom. And let me clear up some of this. I don't want to confuse you. This is what I'm looking for this year. Because it literally did exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. There's a lot of stuff going on behind the scenes, guys, that's causing these markets to be way off balance. And that's nothing we can do about it. So we just got to play the game safer this year. Oh, I'm trying to click it. That's supply and demand zone. All right. So here, I thought this was the bottom. So if I was holding this trade, and look what happened. You made nice pips, about 127. But I think this is the bottom. What happened? It came right back down, and I thought this was the bottom. Was it? Nope, it came and broke through. So now I'm kind of spooked. All right, so is this the bottom? I don't know. Well, here's how I know. Wait for it to go up and pull back. That first pullback, see them white dots right there?
Yes, sir.
Are these dots higher than these down here?
Yes.
Bingo. Now we got something. Now I know you're heading in the uptrend. Now you got my attention. What day was this? And watch what happens. This is on the 16th. Okay, this just happened. The 16th, just last week. Wow, this is going to be a lot of money for them. Ooh, Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. Look at that arrow sitting literally right here, Reg. Oh my God, that was a lot of money. How did I miss that one? Literally, Reg, what do you see right here?
Okay. Green arrow.
Yeah. Watch this, Reg. Now let's step on back out. Because you're going in the same direction as a trend, if you would have had that bad boy to right here where it is now, that was 130 pips in since last week, just holding it. Because I'm just holding it in the same direction of the trend. Same thing I did with this trade right here. It was the same thing. I just held it. And look at this. See how I broke up through the dot? That's what I said. I'm gonna wait. I'm going to wait. See how I broke through there a little bit? That's why I'm waiting until 11. I want to make sure this is where it is. But it did do exactly what I told y'all I was going to do. I told y'all. I said, you seen that slant pattern? I said, they always pop up, Reg. See? Boom. Okay, so I'm going to wait for this. But how did I know? See, here was the dot, the daily dot, which is what you were explaining. But am I looking to take it off the daily dot? Not as much this year. I'm waiting for the daily dot, which tells me, okay, this is possibly the bottom. And then come up, boom, and now I'll take you. Okay? Because you're going against the overall trend. So I don't feel safe. Now here, yes, I'll take the daily dots and everything that come with it because you're in the same direction of the trend. I feel completely safe. It's all about flowing with the trend on the 4-hour. That's the key.
Okay.
Anything against the trend of the 4-hour, lightly trade on it. Anything that's going in the same direction as a trend, you can take a little bit more risk on it because you're not fighting the trend. Make sense? That's the only thing.
Because right now, I mean, this is a reversal trend.
Yes, you
And
got it. That's my point.
and you said that this might be the top,
Might.
but it may not be the top.
That's my point. Why? Because what are we looking at, Reg? Hold on. Let me see if this happens. Let me see what time. Let me see what time frame this picks it up on. I don't even need that. That's okay. Okay, so these are in the same. So this is where there was confluence or agreement. The inner trend lines agreed on the 4-hour time frame that this is the top. So cool.
Okay.
Perfect. But look here, and now we have this. See, we had agreement here. So yeah, that was cool. That was pretty good. See, so just add it in. Okay. But see, this is what I was talking about. See, the inner trend lines are saying, see, on the inside, it's an uptrend, but on the outside, it is a downtrend. So this is where you get dicey. So again, is this a good place to take the trade? Yeah, sure, take the trade. But I'm just saying, don't trade heavy. I would not trade heavy because what is the direction of the 4-hour?
4-hour is up.
That's clear. No argument there. Clear.
Okay.
4 hours up. No matter which way you look at it, this 4-hour is up. It's heading in the up direction. So I'm fighting against the flow of the water. Am I not when I take this trade? Yes, I am. Is it going to work? Yeah, of course. There's opportunity, plenty of opportunities. Just understand, take less risk on it because you know you're fighting against you're swimming like a salmon. Just always remember that. If you're going against the overall trend, you're swimming like a salmon. You're swimming upstream, okay? And that's going to be a struggle. So it's not the safest trade. It's not the safest, but you make money on it? Of course you can. Of course you can.
Yeah.
You just know, ahead of time, hey, I'm swimming upstream. I know that this may not work out, and you have to be okay with that.
Yeah, and then when I limped in, and then when I went back to, I think, what, simplicity and too easy, everything lines up like red arrow, red
Hold on.
trend.
Wait. Stop. Look at my charts right now as we speak. What I tell you, see, this is exactly what I was telling you. Look at what's happening. It came down to the Fibonacci level 23.6, and look at how it's already stalling out. Just that fast. That's my point. That's my point. That's exactly my point. It's already stalling out. That's why I closed the trade quick myself. See, this is what I'm trying to avoid because what is the overall trend? 4-hour. Okay?
Still going up.
Still, it could potentially turn back around and continue right back up.
But what time frame was that you switched up on and it hit the 23 fib?
I'm on the 15-minute. See, it's right there close by. Sometimes it'll touch exactly on it, and sometimes it'll come close to it. But you can see the Fibonacci level. I don't have mine very dark because, again, there's too much noise on the chart. So I kind of use a fade color on it.
Okay, cool. Yeah, you're right. It's stalling out.
It's stalling out already. It ain't even got good juice yet. See what I'm saying? Now, was that a good quick scalp move? Yeah. That was a quick 15 pips. Scalpers delight. But is this a trade that I'm going to be? Why? Because the overall trend is heading up. So
it's still up.
It's still up, brother.
And according to like notes I've been taking for the past 5 years since trends tend to go back in the direction around like 10:30 a.m.
And isn't this that time? Again, take a look at what happened.
It's 11:30. It's almost actually 11:20. I'm in Atlanta.
Yeah, there you go. So that's why I'm waiting on this one. See, I knew it. Slant pattern, pop up. So I'm just waiting until tonight. I'm already done trading until about 10 to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time tonight. I'm already done. I don't want to look at anything. Nothing is appealing to. I let the Asian market do what it normally does and all that kind of stuff. I don't care about all that. But like I said, I'm just showing you guys there's a safer way to trade. And instead of trying to call the tops and bottoms, go to the 4-hour first, Take a look at what it's talking about. Then when the arrow comes in, if it's in the same direction as the overall trend on the 4 hour, I feel more comfortable. If it's against the 4 hour trend, I'm gonna be a lot more sketchy, which is what's happening right now on this trade. It is a trade. It is a trade, but I'm nervous about it. Why? Because on the 4 hour, it's saying up, but this opportunity is presenting itself as what? Down. Okay. And look at that. It's already pulling back up.
That
That's
went
my point.
down and then it's coming back up.
That's exactly my point. Why? Because it's still trying to respect the what?
They're still trying to respect the overall trend.
Being to the go. Let's go to the plain simplicity. This is exactly what I'm telling you guys. We got to start. What does simplicity say right here?
It still says up.
Okay, that's the 4 hour. Okay. So therefore, anything that I see this little pullback, but which move gave you the better move? This one. Why? Because it was in the same flow, 48 pips. This one, you can take it. Again, take it. Take it. I'm not telling you not to. You can get some good pips because I don't know. It could. It could. It could do anything. It could. It could. It could. But this 4 hour is telling me I'm going to go up.
Okay.
So I'm just saying, trade with caution when you see this. Trade with caution.
Yep.
It can work, but I'm more trying to be safer this year, me personally.
Okay. All right. Thanks a lot, Uncle P.
You're welcome. And I'm sorry for such a long explanation, but I just want to make sure we're getting off on the right direction this year. We got to change up because the markets have changed their behavior and we have to be adaptable. Okay.
All right, cool. Thanks.
Thank you. All right, guys, that's the end of class. And so if this class was helpful, type a 45 in the box. I want to make sure that you're always giving you guys, hi, SJ. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to ignore you guys. Hey, Russ, Tonya, and Royden, Steven, and the other hundreds of people, because we get, hi, King Devon, and anybody else, because we get hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of views after class. People come back and watch the replay. So we give it about 600 to 800 to 1,000 people who watch just the replays afterwards. So hello to all of you guys. I hope that this class was helpful. Again, we have to be adaptable. Sometimes what people fail to realize is, and this is why building an adaptable trading system is very helpful, so that you don't have to buy new tools. It's just we have to use the tools differently. So for an example, I have like Liz and them just said, hey, guess what? New Orleans, normally when it's nice summer weather, everybody out naked, having a good time doing their thing in New Orleans. When you up in Atlanta, it's hot in Atlanta. I've been in Atlanta when it's summertime, and I've been in Atlanta when it's cold. Guess what? Weather changes. And when the weather changes, you change the clothes you put on. You don't wear a swimsuit in the snow. Somebody type an amen on that. Am I right? You don't wear a swimsuit in the snow. Okay? You don't wear a swimsuit in the snow. Hot Atlanta is hot when it's hot. But if it ain't hot and you out there in a swimsuit talking about I'm freezing, then whose problem was that? It's still Atlanta, but the weather changed. Why didn't you change the wardrobe to match the change of environment? And you're crying and complaining, saying something don't work. No, you don't work. Because you're still trying to do the same thing, even though the environment itself has changed. The markets do the same. They change over time due to political pressures, political changes. There's a lot of shaking up that's about to happen around the globe. Okay, a lot is about to happen. Therefore, we have to change up our approach to the market. The beautiful part is, whoever has our tools, you see that you don't have to change the tools. You just have to change the way you're using them. Okay? You just switch up the way you're looking at the markets with the same exact tools. You don't need additional tools. That's why I built it that way. It's highly adaptable, so that when the weather changes, we can change. We can shift and move. We can do whatever needs to be done. Okay, I see y'all tripping a bit. All right, so let me switch up my style. Yes, I do know I can take a counter trend trade off the 4 hour. What's the main definition? Where am I going first to get my information? Y'all type quickly. I want to do this review before we go. Where am I going to get my information first? What time frame? Type. Quickly, because I'm well over time. I got other things to do. I didn't expect this class to be this long. Okay, everybody. Yes, the 4 hour time frame. 4 hour time frame tells me my overall trend. That's where I'll start. Then from there, When the scanner sends me an alert for an arrow for a buy, okay, cool. I'm going to take the ones in that same direction. Okay, and here you go again. Here was a buy arrow. That one was for 36 pips. Cool. Cool. Winner. Take the money. Don't try to hold it. Just take the money. Quick ins and outs. Quick ins and outs. Here, we had talked about that sell trade. What is it already starting to do? Pull right back up. Why? Because this was a counter trend that we were looking at, and that wasn't safe. And look at what it's already doing. It gave you a few pips, but look at what it's already doing. Trying to do what? Go in the same direction as the master trend. I'm not trying to fight the trend. I only want arrows in the same direction as the trend. And if I don't understand the trend on the 4 hour, I don't care what arrow comes out. I just won't take it. I'll wait for the next one. The 4 hour is your key to success. Don't fight it. Don't fight it. And don't try to keep trying to catch the tops and bottoms. You can try, but even if you're doing 415s, which is to catch tops and bottoms on the 4 hour time frame, trade lightly. Okay? Trade lightly. Let's take a look at one more and then we'll be done. Look at there. This is exactly what I'm talking about. This is gold. Let's go to gold. Everybody go to your charts real quick. This is exactly what I'm talking about. Remember, we didn't get our arrow on the 15-minute. Remember that? We talked about it. What are we waiting for? 15-minute arrow. Are we trying to catch the tops? Yes, we have multiple candles. Okay. Do we get a 15-minute arrow yet? No. If you do get one, will I take this trade? Sure. Will I go heavy on this trade? Talk to me. Should you go heavy on this trade? Yes or no? This is going to be a nice 415er. We got multiple candles touching the top on the 4 hour zone. 1, 2, retesting again. Looks pretty nice. Okay. Okay. We don't have an arrow yet. So again, I'm waiting. I'm waiting. If we do get an arrow, should I go heavy on this trade? Yes or no? Thank you guys. You're getting it. No, because it's the first. How do I know if this is the top step? I don't know. People thought this was it. Then it dropped and broke through. Let's look at this. See what was the overall trend. People thought this was it. Nope. 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 There you go. But oh, this is it. This is it. And they hang on forever. Now, you did make some pips. Don't lie. You made pips. About 257 pips in gold. That's about 25 pips or so, something like that. I don't never understood how they count pips in gold, but you won this trade. That's all you need to know. But you hanging on thinking, oh yeah, I'm gonna hold this going down, Uncle P. This is the top. This is the top. I promise you, brother, this is the top. And look what happened. Boom, broke right through that level. So here we go again. How do I know this is the top? I don't know. So if I get an arrow right here, yeah, I'll take the trade. And I'm gonna get out of that bad war, at least reduce my lot size as soon as it hit a support dot. I ain't gonna hang on to it because guess what? Every fool who thought this was it, who thought this was it, who thought this was it, it wasn't it. It kept on going. So what do we do here? The overall trend is heading which way? Up. So I don't want to hold any sell trades too long because I don't know. I don't know. Gold is on a rampant tear. I don't know. And by the way, Golden Boy been killing it. So again, if you haven't received your gold trades and you're in a gold copier, let me know because I've got to figure out. Some people said they are getting it, some are not. I'll have to figure that out. But the bottom line is, yeah, he been buying and he was right. Look at this thing. So everybody who said, oh, this is the top, lie. This is the top, lie. This is the top, lie. See why? Because the overall trend was telling you on the 4 hour. It was saying, I want to go up. So every time you're trying to take a counter trend and hold on to it, you're going to lose. So not saying not to take the trades, take them, but don't hold them. When you see that this is clearly heading up, take the trade, but don't hold it. Get what you can. As soon as that white dot get in, get up out that boy. Or just scalp it. Get in and get out. Get a couple of pips and bounce. Is this the top? It might. But it might come up here and retest this. How do you know? You don't. You don't. That's the trap. You don't. So take these trades, get what you can. But when you're looking at this and you say, oh, this is a, Now look at over here. This was the top. How do we know? Because when it created another pull-up point, it created this low point, which was lower than this. That then officially tells me you're literally in a downtrend now. Why? Because it created the lower high. See, this high point is lower than that one. Now you're officially. Do we have a lower high here? This is just a high point. Do we have a lower high yet? Now, if this creates a lower high, oh, I'm going to ride that into the sunset. I'm good. But this is just the first right here. I don't know. Even if you get in down here, look at this. This was the high point. It didn't create another one to down here, but still, it didn't matter. You got in right here. Look at all them pips you ate. I'll wait. I'll wait. I got all these things to trade. I ain't got to worry about one. Create that lower high first. Prove to me that this is a truly change of direction. Okay. Here's a high. Here's a low. See, created that high, which was higher than this. Took that, got out at the yellow dots. Come again. Look at this. Bump, 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 bump. Boom. Way up here. See, because now this was the first low point. Anything that's higher than this, I know you're officially in an uptrend. So yeah, I can play these dots all day long to the upside. How much money could you have made on gold every time it hit these whites? Ta-da. I'm not fighting no trend. So right here, this is an uptrend. If I get in heavy right here, I'm fighting the trend. I ain't doing that. I'll take it, but I ain't going heavy. As soon as you create the first lower high with the first yellow dots that are lower than these, now you got my attention. Okay. All right, you guys. That's plenty enough. Hopefully you enjoyed the class. Yes, like Reggie said, just limp in. Just use a small lot size. Just have fun with it. Use a smaller lot size. Don't go heavy. That's all you got to do. And you may have caught the top. That would be a blessing if you caught the top. But just in case it ain't, at least you ain't, and you lose the trade, ain't that big of a deal. You have just a small lot size. It was just fun. It's like playing in a calculated casino. That's all this is. Because literally, that's all this is. It's a calculated casino. It is a casino. Don't get it wrong. You're gambling, but you're using it with calculations. That's what makes the markets different from Las Vegas. In Las Vegas, there's no calculations to it. You can try with a slot machine, but realistically, you just swing and handle. In here, at least you can somewhat plot what it is. And it's still a casino. That's why you will never always win every trade 100%, but you can win most of them because at least you can plot what is going on in this casino. And you control, based on the plot, whether you want to go heavy or not. If I take this trade, I will take it. Trust me, I will. Give me an arrow, I'm going to take it. But I plot that the main trend is still heading up, so I'm going to take a smaller amount on this trade, just in case it doesn't work out. Okay. All right, you guys. Peace and hair grease. Make sure to pray for each other. And guys, again, please be kind to people. You have no idea what people are going through. You think you're talking to people who are stable and this and that and have no idea they may be suicidal because inside they feel terrible. Things have happened to them and the world is crashing in on them. All these changes are going on that people can't keep up with. You have no idea what people are going through. So don't look over people as if they mean nothing. And don't ignore people who you assume are successful. You have no idea what's in people's heads. So let's keep everybody in prayer this year. Amen. Can I get an amen? And we're gone.